No, they want to go. What's up, guys? James Harden coming to Philly? Let's find out.
Let's go! This ain't the fuck night! Oh, this game heat stink!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
What a busy day. What a busy day. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Fan Friday. As always, I'm your host, Jake Friel, along with Dan Shriok, along with Pete right down there in his pitch dark living or bedroom, I guess you could say. In his pitch dark living room. Got a lot of news to talk about. Obviously, the NBA trade deadline's right around the corner. Obviously, before we went live, a lot of stuff happened with James Harden and the Sixers. It looks like they'll be discussing a deal before the deadline. Does a deal get done? Maybe. But with the trade deadline coming around the corner, we'll be giving some of our potential NBA trade selections. We'll be doing a little bit of an NBA trade machine. Have a little fun. If you guys want to comment in your trade selections or trade options, by all means, we'll run those as well. Does it happen? Does it work? Does it not work? We'll find out. Got a bunch to talk about tonight. Obviously, the Ben Simmons drama continues. The pity party of Ben Simmons, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. He's mad at Joel, and now he's mad at Doc, and for the stuff they said back after Game 7 against the Atlanta Hawks. It's just a mess. It's a total mess. You have Shaq calling him out now, and Ben Simmons DM'd him, and that's a whole. It's a roller coaster. And we'll be also reacting towards the tail end of the show. We'll be giving our live reactions to the Philadelphia 76ers first half against the Dallas Mavericks tonight. Obviously, the 76ers are coming off a tough loss against the Washington Wizards. Do they bounce back? Let us know. And obviously, last but certainly not least, call-ins. You guys can call in, comment, and be like, hey, give me the link. I want to talk about the NBA trade deadline. I want to talk about Ben Simmons. You can talk about whatever you want. Just message us on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, being like, hey, send the link over, and we'll send you the link over. And you can comment in, talk about whatever you want. If you guys can't catch us on our live shows, we are also available on all podcast platforms, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. But before we get into it, Fan Friday is brought to you by Gleason's Bar. Gleason's Bar is located at 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off of your order when you dine in, take out, or order online at gleasonsbarandsteaks.com. The promo code, again, is A2D for 10% off. Poll question for tonight. Joel Embiid's back-to-back Player of the Month awards will force Daryl Morey to make a splash at the NBA trade deadline. Agree or disagree? What do you say, Dan? Dan, you're muted.
Dan!
Rookie mistake.
Sorry about
happens. That. You're good.
I'm going to agree to the poll. Honestly, I think with the stuff that's coming out today, which we'll obviously get into, I think it's kind of just showing how eager and motivated Morey is to not only get something done, but to get the right deal done. So it's going to be difficult for him. I know he's not going to want to just obviously get rid of Ben for, like subpar package, even if it's like 3 or 4 guys that are going to be like a good compliment to Joel. He needs that. He wants that other guy that can step above Tobias and really give Joel that second option when, like when we had Jimmy who could take a guy off the dribble and, make a shot and, and especially in late game situations, like the fact that we have to rely on our 7-foot big man a lot of times to ISO on another guy late in games is mind-boggling. And to his credit, he's good at it, and he can get it done. With that being said, that shouldn't be the situation that we are put in, and I think Daryl's gonna do what he can and possibly will do to get it done. So we'll see.
Yeah. What do you say, Pete?
I say no, because like while the news is huge, right? The possibility of getting James Harden is huge. There's a few factors I don't think people are putting into effect. Like Harden is going to be a free agent at the end of the offseason. So he's on an expiring deal. So I feel like there's less hesitant or less of a rush to go out and trade for him when you could possibly get him in the offseason. Like I feel like Morey, but also look at it from Brooklyn's point of view, to where where must they be to where they're even thinking about trading James Harden? Like with everything that's going on with KD, with everything that's going on with Kyrie, and whatever's coming out with Harden's camp about how unhappy he most likely is, there must be some big drama going on over there to where they're even thinking about trading him. Like, do I want Harden? Yeah. Hell yeah, bring him here. Can't wait. That would be so much fun watching them play together. But I don't think this moves the needle at all for Daryl Morey. He has his goal in mind that he's had since day one. He wants quality back for Ben Simmons. And like Dan said, he's not going to go out and go get a bunch of role players because that's just not his style. Because if that were the case, he would have taken any of the 14 different trades he was offered.
Yep.
He wants a star. He wants your Bradley Beal. He wants your James Harden, or an up and rising player like an SGA, like one of those guys. Like, you want someone who you compare with Joel Embiid, who you compare with Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris if he's still here. Like, I don't think it moves the needle that much because I think he knows Harden pretty well. He most likely has a pulse on what's going on over in Brooklyn. It doesn't take anyone with a functioning brain cell to look at that situation and think it's healthy and not the toxic mess that it is over there. Because he's out. Like, KD's out. Like I said, KD's out for a while. They've lost 6 straight. They're playing another game tonight, or they're playing the Rockets tonight, where Harden's out with a hammy, and they most likely lose again. And then you're talking, they're down 7 games. They lose 7 straight. And, I feel like they're in the more so in the trade, the desire to trade him because they're kind of desperate because he might leave and they might not be able to get anything back. The Sixers have all the leverage. Ben Simmons has 4 years left in this deal.
I 100% agree. So real quick, let me ask you. I have a question for Pete. So you said that you'd wait till the off season because he's a free agent.
Would I wait? If the concept is all right, so I'm going to get James Harden in the off season, and then I'm going to trade Ben Simmons for other stuff. Yes. However, if it's like Ben Simmons and like Thybulle and some picks for Harden right now, I would do it. So
the main problem with like that entire theory is, and the reason I feel like a deal because if a deal doesn't get done, let's say at the deadline, and Morey really wants him, then it's going to be a sign and trade because we got to get off cap to be able to sign Harden as a free agent. So that's where like the issue is. But like, I agree with everything that you just said in terms of like, that was going to be my thing to talk about. Like, we have the leverage in terms of what's going on in Brooklyn currently. We have leverage, and it's a beautiful spot for Morey to be in. So,
right.
I just worry about if you are going to wait till the off season, it's still going to be a signed trade. So you're still going to have to part with money to be able to bring him in.
Yeah, and to your point too, Dan, to where, and then I'll let Pete finish his thought. Like, who says the deal's still on the table come the summer. There could be a bunch of deals that start coming on the table come the summer, right? Like other teams start coming in for James Harden. So I think right now would be the time to strike instead of waiting for the summer, because you never know who's going to creep up or who's going to be another team to say make a run at James Harden per se. But continue what you were saying, Pete.
Yeah, like I was saying, like I have no problem doing the deal right now. Like, but like if we have to wait until the offseason to refocus, to redo it and focus on it a little bit more intently, I have no issue with that. I don't think this is putting any pressure on Morey. I feel like a lot of the pressure is on the Nets because of the situation that's going on with that team, with the fact that he's on an expiring contract. Whereas the Sixers, you know, there's some flexibility with Ben's contract. Like, he's not going anywhere. There's no expiring deal there. You're getting 4 years of Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Like, if you're trading for James Harden, you need to get him extended because he's going to be a free agent. So, you know, those are some factors that obviously will play into it. But I don't think it's forcing Daryl Morey's hand at all. I think he knows what he's doing. His eyes on the prize. And I don't think he's going to make – this is a lame reference, but he's not going to shoot first. You know, he's not going to get an itchy trigger finger where, oh man, he gets a little scared. Oh man, that finger's on the trigger. You don't know what to do. You know, he's going to make the smart move, and he's not going to blink. Like, this is just not who he is.
Right.
He's just going to make the move that's best for the team, and rather than forcing it, be like, oh my God, I can't get Harden without Maxey. I got to put Maxey in there. That's just not happening.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Originally, and me and Dan texted about this earlier, but I was going to disagree initially, but with all this stuff coming out, you're crazy not to agree, because just with all the stuff that's been going on, obviously with the Harden talk that we've talked about earlier. Now they're saying what's it called? Oh my God, the Timberwolves are now apparently in on Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. So we'll see how that goes, but I think Daryl does make a move. Will it be a splash move for James Harden? We'll see. But to get another player in here to help Joel Embiid, just because he's the first 76er in team history to have back-to-back Player of the Month awards, I absolutely agree. So get Joel Embiid some help. Please, Daryl. Can we please get some help in here? And it looks like from what Michael K tweeted earlier, and Dan showed me this, it looks like the Sixers are not including Tyrese Maxey in the trade offer for James Harden. So that adds another layer to that. So, I mean, we'll see.
Or they shouldn't. Yeah.
Huh?
I said, nor should they.
No, absolutely
At
not.
this
so,
point, you know.
Before we pull up the trade machine and before we get into some trade scenarios, because obviously we'll be starting off with James Harden, would you be willing, obviously, and Pete mentioned this before we went live, knowing what you know now, would you trade Tyrese Maxey as knowing what we know now? Like, are you willing to not give up, I don't want to say give up, but are you willing to trade a potential all-star point guard or a future?
I mean, it's kind of like a vague question. Like if you're saying, like, would I trade him in the current situation? Like,
that's what I meant.
Yeah. If you're saying, like, so, and I know the guys were talking about this all week in terms of, especially Tom and the guys with Bradley Beal, when that stuff was coming out. And I agree with that situation. Like, I wouldn't include Maxey in a deal like that because it's very similar to Harden. Now, I think Harden would like 1,000% resign here just because of a lot of the connections he obviously has in the organization, friends, and all that kind of stuff. But
right.
That diminishes trade value for either one of those stars.
Right.
Regardless of what you want to say, Bradley Beal's been playing horrible this season.
Yeah. Yes.
James Harden, where he's been good, he's obviously an all-star this year. He's not putting up the ridiculous numbers because look who he's playing with. You know what I mean? Right. He's not averaging close to 30 a game. He's
exactly.
Like 21, 22 points per game.
Yep.
But no, yeah, there's no reason for those two particular guys you don't include him in the deal because there's no reason to.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Before we get into it, our first topic of the night is brought to you by All Campus. All Campus is giving 20% off their entire store for all the people that subscribe to our YouTube channel. It includes hats, shirts, team cornhole sets. Again, to all our YouTube subscribers. So John's giving away the entire store practically for 20% off. Great hats, great products. They also have shirts as well. It's a great place over there. So if you're in the Ocean City area, by all means, stop by. All right. So, Dan, you have some potential trade scenarios. So let me pull up the trade machine real fast. You guys can see that fine?
Yeah.
Cool. So, 76ers, and obviously with, oh my God, I passed it. There it is, Brooklyn Nets. All right, Dan, so what's your first one? What do we got?
Can you do three team trades on this one?
Yes, I can. What's
right.
the third team?
Here's the big one. I'm going to start off with the big one for Harden.
Okay.
Sacramento.
Where are the Kings at? Kings
Ooh.
are.
I do love stealing from Sacramento. It makes me feel good about myself.
Sacramento
I mean,
Kings.
they're going to have to, like, there's no way they don't make some kind of substantial trade at the deadline.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
All right, so
what do we got?
I've got going to the Brooklyn Nets. I've got De'Aaron Fox.
The Nets. Okay.
Harrison Barnes from Sacramento to the Nets.
Harrison Barnes, the Nets.
I've got Seth Curry going to the Nets.
Seth Curry going to the Nets. Okay.
Going to the Sacramento Kings.
Who going to the Sacramento Kings?
Tobias Harris.
Okay, I didn't hear the first part. Okay. The Sacramento. Okay.
And Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons going to the Kings also?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And then coming to Philly.
Yeah,
obviously James Harden.
Okay. To the Sixers.
Buddy Hield.
To the Sixers.
And Bruce Brown.
Where is he at? There he is.
Which a lot of people will be like, why would we want Bruce Brown? But
Brown. So
he's a fantastic defender.
So everyone can just look this over real quick.
And obviously draft. I actually, you can put draft picks in this. So
yeah,
any combination of draft picks, I would say the Sixers probably would have to part with, especially with Tobias being there. 2022, and let's do 2024.
2022 and 24.
Yeah.
Going to the Kings. Okay. And 2024 going to the Kings. All right. So let's see here. Let's try the trade. Success. There you go.
Wait. So I get Harden, Hield, and Brown.
Right. Theoretically.
I'm gonna miss Seth Curry. can I throw in Thybulle in there instead of Seth?
You'd rather throw Thybulle
yes.
in the deal
than Seth?
I love Seth's 3-point shooting, and I love his 90% free throw shooting.
I mean, you're getting another shooter back in Buddy.
Right.
True, but you know.
I mean, I don't hate the trade at all.
They hardly play Thybulle in the playoffs anyway.
No, he'll 1,000% play more this year.
Yeah,
because they're not gonna. They won't have Ben as far as like a lockdown defender.
Yeah, exactly.
But I put Buddy in this deal because if you're gonna trade away Seth and you're gonna want that other guy shooting off the bench, at the end of the day, Seth's not gonna be starting on this team anyways because obviously Harden and Maxi will be your guards. At least that would give you Buddy back.
Right.
Obviously for a lot more money, but you know.
I mean, I don't hate it, but before we get into some of the other trade scenarios, let's get to the fam real quick. And first comment of the night is brought to you by FanUp. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today using promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points, which is a $50 value at fanup.com, which is available on the Apple App Store. Bryce Blackwell says, yo, what's up, Bryce? Todd says, let's get it. Pete Evans from Birds of a Feather. You can check those guys out on Thursday nights. Pete says, "Yo, fam, let's talk about it." Let's see. Frank Vespi from A2D Wednesday nights. You can check him out. He says hello. It's like I haven't seen you in forever. With these trade talks warming up, I agree. Okay. Poe from the Hockey Happy Hour. You can check those guys out on Tuesday nights. Says, "What's up, fam?" What's up, Poe?
Well,
Jesse, our first member of the night, says, so they're going to make the Nets. They're going to make the Nets an elite defensive team, as well as one of the most explosive offenses in the league when KD plays. Yeah, and we're going to be the team to beat with Harden.
so let me ask you a question.
One
So
guy would make them elite, though. Like, let's set.
I wouldn't say elite. No, I wouldn't say elite.
It'd be a lot better.
so you're replacing a basically a 30-point a night guy in Harden with a guy in Ben Simmons who most likely will average 10 to 12 a game in the playoffs. A Kevin Durant who can't stay healthy for the life of him.
Yep.
And I'll call it right now. Once he comes back from his 4-week thing, he'll re-aggravate it.
Probably
because that's just the way Kevin is. He keeps getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Kyrie, who also has injury issues, whether it's bullshit or not.
Yep.
And he's also only going to be able to play in 3 playoff games a series.
Okay.
So you're getting, what is it? So basically 3 playoff games a series with Kyrie, Ben Simmons, who's going to be undervalued the entire playoff run, and a possibly hurt again Kevin Durant. Whereas I get a possible 30-point per game guy in James Harden. I get a close to lockdown shooter in Buddy Hield, and I get a solid defensive player. And was it Bruce Brown, right?
Yeah. Yep.
He might play. Ben might play a little. He might score a little more in Brooklyn, only because they might have him play like in the dunker spot.
Yeah, that's
little more than we did.
Yeah, that's where they're gonna have him play.
I'm not saying he's gonna do something crazy. He's not gonna average more than 20 or anything
No,
like that,
not at all.
I think it could be closer to that 17 to 18 kind of range.
Right. Yep. But you guys see that little circle around Jesse's name because he's an A2D member. So, if you want to become an A2D member, it's only $9.99 a month. Perks includes appearances on shows, members only live streams, shout outs, and weekly sports picks from Money Pop Podcast and Willie Vegas. Listen, if you gotta spend a little money, make a little money. $9.99 a month. Nate's made me a lot of money. Nate's made a lot of fam from the A2D a lot of money. And then the people that are members that are watching the show, they can comment as well. They know what Nate's giving them. We'll just leave it at that. But let's get to some of these comments real quick before we continue. John says no. I'm assuming he's saying no to the trade.
Why?
Jesse says I trade Maxi as well if they send.
Why would we want Kyrie?
Kyrie's a headache. I mean, I get it for the type of player he is, but he's such a headache.
That's one of the problems that Harden wants. That's one of the reasons Harden wants
out. Yeah.
And guess what? If he's not allowed to play in New York, which has the same restrictions we have in Philly, he's not going to be able to play here.
Exactly.
Do you really want to pay like what's he making, like $30+ million a year? No, they're not.
I don't think so.
Are you really willing to pay Kyrie $30+ million a year to play half the games? Because I remember a few years ago where it was, well, you can't fucking give Joel Embiid the max. He's only going to play 60 games a year. Mm-hmm. Is Kyrie gonna if this trend continues with the vaccine mandates and everything? Is Kyrie ever going to play 60 games a year?
No, he'll play like 44 or 42, whatever the hell it is. Yeah.
John said he said no to trading Maxi.
Yeah, we're not trading Maxi.
I hope I hope most of us are on board with that. No.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And also, before the game starts tonight, the starting lineup is Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. That's your starting lineup for tonight against the Mavericks. The Mavericks starting lineup, I'm giving you live reads here. Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, Reggie Bullock, Dorian Dorian Finney-Smith. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah,
Tiny Finney-Smith.
Dorian Finney-Smith. Yeah.
And their last guy just went away. God damn it. All right, so
Is Porzingis not playing?
I don't think so. Hold on, let me rewind real quick. I don't think Porzingis is playing tonight. Hold on. Let me go right back here.
Injured as normal.
No, Dwight Powell's starting at center tonight for
because
the
he just got traded there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's pull up the rest of these trade scenarios real quick.
It's gonna be a fun February.
All right, so what do we got? What do we got, Dan?
A second here.
It's another trade scenario we got here.
I took a couple of screenshots. Just give me one second. Most of this is going to be Ben stuff. I have a couple things on the buyout market that I think would kind of interest us.
Okay.
If Ben doesn't get traded.
Right.
All right. So this one is really kind of interesting to me because news broke today about Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert
not going over well.
Yeah, and this has been known before. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Joel and Ben. Honestly, like what we heard like a few years back that they kind of, were with one another, and we were all just kind of pushing it to the side. Well, this is the second time this has come out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I also wouldn't be good friends with a teammate who got me COVID. So
that one superstar. That's not enough. I hear you, Gator. Well, we're trying to get more in here with these trade scenarios. So,
all right. So,
what do we got?
Utah,
Sixers, Utah Jazz. Obviously.
I mean, I think you guys can see where this is going. But
Utah Jazz. Okay.
So going to the Jazz is Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Matisse Thybulle.
Matisse Thybulle. Where's
You're gonna hate this trade. I know it.
Matisse Thybulle. Okay.
2022 first round pick.
Okay. 2022 to the Jazz.
2028.
2028. You son of a bitch. 2028 to the Jazz. Okay.
Does it give you the option for pick swaps or no?
Yeah. I mean, they can.
All right. Whatever. 2023 first round pick swap. And we would be getting back Eric Pascal.
Where's Eric?
Game changer.
Eric Pascal. Okay.
And Donovan Mitchell.
I knew that's where you were going. Okay.
I understand why people love Mitchell. I just think he's such a fucking crybaby.
All right. So we'll be getting back Eric Pascal, Donovan Mitchell. We'll be sending Matisse Thybulle and Ben Simmons. We'll also be getting a first round pick, and we'll also be sending a first round pick. So, quick look at this before we hit the submit. So, all right. Then go right to try trade and success. Okay. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't love it either.
What don't you like about it?
I don't know. Like I've never been like a huge fan. Again, this is my personal opinion. I've just never been a fan of Donovan Mitchell. I know what he brings to the table, but does get Ben out of here, so I do like that part.
He'll be a top 3 scorer in this league, I'd say, in like another year or two.
You think so?
1000%. If he can stay healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I mean,
I agree, Mr. Rudy Poo. Yes, I agree.
I love the name, by the way.
I mean, what are you getting from Ben Simmons right now? So,
yeah. Robert says he'd do this in a heartbeat. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But again, I'm not. As long as it gets Ben out of here, I'm fine. I'm not really.
Patrick Graham to the Raiders.
Sixers will have to give up too much to get rid of Ben. They waited too long. And that could be true. That could be true, Gator. That could absolutely be true. But we'll see.
I mean, we won't know until we know.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go back real quick. Let me close this out. All right, what do we got? Are we sticking with the Jazz or no?
No, give me Washington.
All right, let me reset then. Where are the Wizards? There they are. Okay.
So going to Washington, you got Ben, Matisse.
All right, so
actually, it's literally the exact same thing that I just.
Ben Simmons, Matisse, or not Tobias. Sorry, Undo. Matisse Thybulle. Where is he? There he is. Matisse Thybulle. For what?
You got the picks too, 2022 and then 2028.
Gotcha. 20.
Which you know what? Nah.
No picks?
No. The more and more I look at this trade, I don't like where this is going. So just those two guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
For Beal.
For Beal and Raul Neto.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Bring him back. I love it.
Once was enough. I'm literally...
He's a backup point guard, dude.
Neto. All right, let's try it. Try trade.
Oh, God.
He's back. Let's go. He's back. I mean, I don't hate it. +4 wins.
I mean, the thing that sucks is you're getting rid of Thybulle.
Yeah.
You don't know 100% if Beal is going to resign because he has that player option.
Yeah.
He's going to opt out. So
right. Yep.
Yeah,
he's not staying in Washington. That's a fact.
But I feel like obviously if he came here and he meshed well with Joe, I think it would be pretty obvious that he probably would want to stay here and resign. But
yeah, no. All right, so let's see. That deal's a no-brainer. You're easily trading 1 first, Thiessen for Mitchell. Talking about our trade from earlier. John says he loves this trade. Let's see what else we got here. What's Gator saying? What a bad pick. Hurts the franchise, Ben Simmons debacle.
It wasn't a bad pick.
John says Thybulle is overrated.
offensively, I mean,
offensively, yeah. But like as a defender, no. But I get where you're like as a player overall, John. I hear you. I don't get why people are saying Matisse Thybulle should be untradeable.
People told me if he got Ben Simmons minutes, he would basically be Ben Simmons.
No.
I mean, the passer that he is.
Yeah, right. Like if he could develop and we said this before we went live, but if he could develop into like a 15, 20-point guy a night, then you're talking about like a top 10 player in the league with Matisse Thybulle with his defense. And if he can give you 15 to 20, but I just don't see how he develops his game like that. I mean, could he? Sure, but I don't see it. I think he's just a one.
My honest take, and no one will like this. I think he's I think he's Robert Covington without the 3.
He's a better defender. Than
he's a much better.
Yeah, he's like I think he's a little better as a defender.
He's a much better defender.
He's a much better defender. But yeah, I can understand the comp you're going to.
I mean, like Covington was first team all defense at one point. He was a defensive player of the year.
It's one season.
But yeah, I'm not gonna. Robert says he's gonna do that trade in a heartbeat once again. Not mad at you, Rob. Not mad at you. What are you saying over here, Bryce? Sixers should have traded Ben to Houston last summer.
Houston wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, they wouldn't have wanted to do it because they
wanted to. They wanted to. They didn't. They refused to do it.
Who did?
Are you talking about the Harden deal?
Great story.
Yeah, all reports came out that Houston didn't want to do it because they didn't want to give Morey.
Yeah.
Harden.
If you have any other GM on the planet, you probably have James Harden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I've met Rob. Great guy.
Frank says, I heard Robin Covington. Oh boy, do I have a good story for you.
Just a good film.
Frank, if you want to come in and tell the story, by all means, or if you want to type it out, either or.
Do you want to?
Yeah, hold on. Marcus says Thybulle's not overrated. He is what he is. Good defensive role player. Stop using the word overrated. Makes no sense.
You will continue to use the word overrated when you say things like, you can't trade Thybulle. He brings too much to the table. He's too amazing at one thing. Stop.
I mean, I think he's overrated in the sense that like people think he's not tradable.
Yeah, they think he's untradeable. Yeah,
I
don't get that.
Thybulle's great on defense. He's a solid player, but I feel like this city overrates him. Like he's an enjoyable guy, but like he's not a make or break. Like if I trade Matisse Thybulle, it doesn't set my franchise back like 20 years. Like, come on, though.
Yeah, no, I hear you, John, with a hot take, and I like it. He says that as a defender, he is overrated as well. He makes flashy defensive plays, and 40% of the time he gets blown by the first step. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. It's a very good point by John. All right. See these other comments, guys. Keep them coming. If you want us to do other trade scenarios that you have in mind, by all means, comment them. Teams, players, draft picks. Let us know.
You want a non-Ben Simmons one?
Let me know what you got. What do you got?
I'm trading Jake for Jody Mack.
I wouldn't be mad at you. That's actually what do you call it? Whoever's getting me is getting robbed.
I love you, buddy. But I gotta do the trade.
No, I'm not mad at you.
All right, this is us getting
That's
off
actually an honor.
Getting us off of Tobias.
Who's the second team? I'm sorry.
Clippers. Ironically.
If the words start with Paul and end with George, nope. I'm walking out.
Nope.
So you said you're getting.
Probably not going to like the other guys that I'm bringing in for this situation, but
you're sending Tobias.
Yes.
Okay.
Just Tobias.
Tobias going home.
Actually, no, I can't say that. It's probably throw in the 2022 first round pick.
Coming home, going home.
Is that? I mean,
walk out of here.
The Clippers. Okay.
Not going to be much, anyways.
The chokers.
What do we got?
Coming to Philly. You got. Why did I take a picture of something like this? Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, it's a solid.
I like it. Okay.
Serge Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka. Okay.
And Marcus Morris.
Yeah. Yes. You had me until you had Morris.
I love it.
Put him right next to Joel.
Which Morris twin was it today that said us and the Lakers are overrated?
Yeah, that was Marcus. That was pretty fucked up.
Keep that motherfucker in that almost below 500.
I'm actually glad you brought that up, Pete, because like I sat and thought, like I read it and then I like sat there and thought for a minute. I'm like, does he not realize that it's literally just fucking Joel Embiid on this team? Like, yeah, he's got Maxi, like
he's just
every now and then, but like.
Dan, you know what it is? He's salty because he thought when he got traded there, oh, it's Title City, baby.
Oh my God, Frank.
It's Title City. And you know what? They underachieved their first year. You know, they overachieved their second year, but then Kawhi gets hurt. And now Kawhi's hurt. Paul George is hurt. And they're barely above 500. And as usual,
they're trying to trade all assets, man. You're right.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed if I were him too.
All right. So before I hit submit on the trade here, Frank said, I'll give you the SFW version, safe for work version. I walked in on Robert Covington making a number 2 and then watched him play against my college. So he literally, okay, did he win?
Was the door open?
Did they win, Frank? Or did your college win? Because I was going to say, if they won, then he'd shit on your college.
He came out of that, and then he hit a game-winning shot.
Yeah, that he just shit on your college.
Who was it? Did he play the Knicks a few years ago for us when we hit that game-winning layup with like a second left?
I forget.
That was TJ McConnell.
Yes.
No, Covington hit one. He had a game-winning layup. Yeah.
Did he?
It was a full court pass.
Bryce would like to see PG. I'm not against PG.
Fuck Paul George.
Let's see. All right.
So. Pandemic P can stay in LA.
He could never be here with Doc Rivers. But
yeah, no, right? Because that's just an awkward situation. All right, so let's get back to the trade here. Just a reminder. Sending Tobias Harris
alone with just his other stuff, but
for a 2022 first round pick, and in return we'd be getting Marcus Morris, Serge Ibaka, and Reggie Jackson. So let's see what the trade machine says. Try trade.
All right,
success. Let's go. I love this trade.
Can we swap out Morris for Luke Kennard?
No, because you need somebody to play Tobias' spot. I don't know why they. Yeah. Okay, they do. They have him listed. When I looked it up on ESPN, and I did on the ESPN trade machine, it had Marcus listed as a shooting forward. I'm like, 90% of the times he plays power forward, but
small forward.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Well, what does the fam say?
Cocaine.
Gator says off topic. Doug Peterson will win another Super Bowl. Maybe.
Jake,
very well could.
Jake, where's our pats on the back?
Yeah.
We called this like 2-3 months ago.
Rudy Poo says, no, it's actually way off P, not playoff P.
Way off P. I like pandemic P.
I mean, either or I'm fine with. But Dan, you got any more before this Sixers game kicks off or no? I don't know where Dan went.
Did he die?
Nah, he'll be right back probably. But Sixers game is about to kick off against the Dallas Mavericks.
Did you see the they were interviewing Mark Cuban, and someone was interviewing Mark Cuban, and they're like, "So the Steph Curry trade, what are your thoughts?" And Mark Cuban.
I saw that. Yeah, he's like, I hate you.
Next question.
Like, I hate you. Next question.
I love Mark Cuban.
Oh, it was so funny. Like, just how he said it.
Because
it was like a college kid too that was interviewing.
Speaking of the trades we need to have happen, I'll send whoever idiots in charge of the Sixers this week for him.
Okay.
I love Mark Cuban. He's awesome.
No, I don't have an issue with Mark.
He'd be so much fun. Get the fuck out of here.
That makes sense. Bring back TJ. I love
trying to bring back Baby TJ. Nash.
I love TJ.
I find it hilarious that there was literally a point where we were just so bad that I used to I hired people to make like TJ McConnell memes where it's Baby Nash, it's Baby Stockton, it's Baby MJ, and they're like all TJ's face over it. It got like literally way too popular.
That's funny. Well, TJ's a legend here. Obviously he was never like a all-star type of player, but he played hard and he still plays hard, and I'll always be a fan of TJ regardless.
But as usual, people obsess over the scrawny white backup point guard.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was scrawny. He was small. I wouldn't say he was scrawny. He had a decent build to him, but again, yeah, like you said, people always love the smaller.
Brings his lunch pail every day. Hard work. It's gonna outwork everyone. Get her done. That's my guy.
Yep.
Can't shoot a lick. He's very erratic, but you know this. Look how hard he works on those layups.
Mr. Rudy Poo says, I can't believe Kawhi Lemonade hit the shot over us a few years ago. Kawhi Lemonade. I love that. That's actually great.
Kiwi Lemonade. You even said it wrong.
Sorry. Dyslexic moment. I apologize. Kiwi Lemonade. That's funny. Gator says Scotty Brooks. That's a good name, too.
Yes, that's it.
That's a great name, Scotty Brooks.
What was
the really small guy for the Hornets all those years ago? He was like the smallest player in NBA history, but he was really Muggsy, yes.
He was in Space Jam.
Yes, I love Muggsy.
At one point, the Hornets had Muggsy Bogues and Manute Bol on the same team.
I need a picture of them standing next to each other.
I've seen it. It's hilarious.
What's he at, like his waist?
Yes.
Well, because Muggsy was what? Muggsy was what? 5'7", 5'8"?
No.
He was smaller?
I thought he was 5'4", 5'5".
Hold on. I got to look this up now.
Unless I'm thinking of Spud Webb, who was around that size.
Muggsy Bogues was 5'3"? Holy shit. He was fucking 5'3". Yeah, Dan leaves and we're talking about Muggsy.
What happened?
He didn't even bring any beer back for the rest of us. That's a violation.
We started talking about TJ McConnell, and then we got into Scotty Brooks, and then we got into Muggsy.
Oh Jesus!
5'3".
All right, I'm glad I did walk away.
5'3". I'm taking shit bigger than that.
Jesus! Wow.
Yeah, no, he was Jack though. He was small, but he was a stocky guy.
Fucking movie star, man. He was in fucking
Space Jam. Yeah, we were just talking about it.
Yeah, he was great until Michael Jordan just whispered in his ear and called him a bleeping midget. As a kid, I had like a list of crazy sports stories, and that's one of them. Another great one is when someone whispers into Karl Malone's ear as he's shooting the free throw, the mailman doesn't deliver on Sundays,
Oh my god.
and he misses both.
That's funny.
Dirtball.
That's funny. But before the game kicks off, let's get into. Unless Dan, you have another trade scenario that we can throw out.
Let me give you a buyout option.
Ooh,
all right.
Okay. Yeah, John was talking
this
about this earlier. Hold on a minute.
Lay out Paul George.
All right. So let me go up here. Just set it up. All right. What do you got?
This team's clearly going to need help with point guard position, veteran point guard leadership.
What do we got?
They don't have any. So, Goran Dragic from Toronto, he's going to end up getting
Toronto now.
Yeah.
Raptors.
Oh, I'd take him. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah, he's 35, but I mean,
he plays like he's 28. So
Okay.
well, it's not going to be a trade. He'll just be bought out.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll be.
never mind.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
He'll
he makes too much money.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he's at like 9. What does it say? 19? Yeah, 19.
Yeah, 19. He was talking about.
So there's no way anybody's trading for him. So he'll get bought out, and unless there's any other point guards that miraculously kind of fall.
Listen, John. Don't shoot the messenger. I told him before we went live.
I'm sorry. I didn't get
told
home till 7:30. I don't feel like digging through my entire room to find my Ben Simmons jersey.
Well, I mean, we did start a bit late, Pete. I'm just saying we started like a half an hour late due to technical difficulties. So
I was gonna say me too, but I'm wearing a Sixers. I'm wearing a Sixers hat.
I have a Sixers shirt, so I'm
Yeah,
I'm
like
good.
he's wearing the Phillies, like
I'm
so. You know,
Well,
it's all good.
yeah, but
Well, Well, technically,
hat.
Pete's wearing a hat of a team that doesn't necessarily exist since we're in the lockout. If you want to be technical,
I got the shirt. So, fuck.
Sure.
There you go. Here you go. Here's your fucking Sixers stuff. You ready?
God, burn that, Danny Green.
Yeah, wow.
I got it for free. What do you want,
I
man?
got from the game. Okay, all right.
See, this is why I love John. This is why I love John. John's the best.
Well, I am an asshole, so who cares?
Oh goodness.
I'm
All right, let me stop the. There we go. Let me stop the screen record real quick. Okay.
Also, rules are for fucking squares.
Okay.
I mean, is there any other buyout options that anybody else can think of? Like,
Nothing like.
What about that Kawhi
Astronomical,
Leonard guy?
maybe anybody in the chat could bring something up.
Yeah, John. I know you brought up buyout options earlier. If you have anyone in mind, by all means, let us know.
Because that's gonna, especially if they get Harden. If they get Harden, there's going to be a lot of guys that are bought out, just like what the shit that happened last year with Blake and shit. Like, it's probably not going to be to that extent of player.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he's not the player that he used to be, but
Yeah, no.
veteran guys are going to be more likely to come here. Those two are put together, and Joel and James.
You know, I love
James
your name.
Ennis.
I love your name, by the way. Low budget Val Venus. That's great. Eric Gordon. Low budget Val Venus.
That's the last time I watched wrestling.
Val Venus.
That's fantastic, man. Oh my god.
Val
Yo.
Venus. Oh my
I
god.
love it.
I mean, he was technically in TNA for like a cup of coffee.
Yeah, and TNA's a mess
That's
right now.
fantastic.
No, really? They're actually doing really well.
I thought they weren't broadcasting on live TV. That was like a thing for a while.
Yeah, not anymore. They have a TV. They have a TV deal. It's run by smart people. The Carters have nothing to do with it.
Huh.
Yeah, they have great
Interesting.
deals going on. I mean, their
Interesting.
women's champion just appeared in the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, because they're doing the Forbidden Door. Yep.
But
But anyway,
Eric-
if you want to get more of your wrestling conversation, check out In This Very Ring tomorrow night with Ritz and Butters. They do a great job over there. They did their live reaction show to the Royal Rumble
Butters,
last week.
that's me.
Yeah, it was okay. If you watch wrestling, it was all right.
Wrestling, Jake.
It was
Wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah. I'm sorry.
some of these guys aren't going to
Savick
get
Dad
says-
Young. I've been
Dad
claiming
Young.
to get Dad Young back for years.
Mr. Wing says, "Why is everything leaked so early?" It's the NBA. It happens. It happens. Maybe Kemba.
No, there's absolutely zero
No.
shot he gets bought out.
No,
Because he'll have
there's
the
no way.
value. Because
I just don't. He's not what he used to be. That's the crazy thing.
I mean, well, he never was what people thought he was. So
here's where I'll disagree with you. He fell out of Thibodeau's rotation.
Is that what happened?
Yes, hard. Especially early in the season. And then then Thibodeau, the Knicks went on like a real hard slide after that hot start.
Yep.
And then Tibbs brought him back in, and he was putting up like decent numbers. Like I would say comparable to like what he was putting up close to in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So I think he has stuff left in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Now
you just have to trade for him. Like they're not buying him out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dan, do you have your TV already on set to the
Yep.
Sixers game? Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, let me know when the clock starts for you, and we'll go from there.
I got you.
All right. John says Evan Turner is a possibility.
Evan Turner is not playing basketball anymore.
Turner.
Is he?
Thought that's good.
No, Evan Turner is in the Celtics front office.
I was gonna say I haven't heard his name in a
minute. Yeah.
Yeah, Evan Turner is has a front office role with the Celtics.
Tony Roden.
You go.
Yeah, he hasn't played since 2019.
Has it been that long?
There's a reason for that. He's garbage.
Holy shit.
Yeah, his last season was 2019 with the Hawks.
That's crazy. Yeah. What's up, Chris?
He's only 33 years old.
Chris, I haven't seen you on here in forever. How have you been? I haven't seen you on here in forever. My goodness.
The only time I see Priz is on my Twitter feed.
I haven't even seen him on my Twitter feed in a while. What the hell happened?
I mean, maybe you're not as tight as me and Priz are. Cool.
I guess Priz doesn't like me anymore. God, we started on the weekly roundup together. Priz, what happened? We gave you for what was the thing that me and Steve gave you? What was that? I forget.
Herpes?
No, thank you. Oh, God bless you.
Jake's girlfriend.
15-hour days.
God bless you, Priz. God bless you.
Those aren't fun. I've been there, buddy.
Yeah, and two jobs too. Wow, God bless you.
Used to do 15-hour construction gigs last summer. That was fun.
God bless you. I've done construction before. Yeah, it's not fun. I mean, the pay's
money
good,
while you can, though.
Yeah, exactly. The pay's good, but I don't get the people that do it for 30 plus years that are freaking.
My dad
all torn up. Your dad did? Oh, right. Yeah, your dad did.
My dad's been doing construction since he was 15.
Yeah. John says, "Don't trust Google." Yeah.
Don't trust Google.
Or if you're in Greg Malakovic's camp, don't trust a fake Wikipedia. Don't trust a fake Wikipedia that tells you Jordan Davis is 26 years old.
If you're Fox News, don't trust Ballsack Sports.
Oh Lord. Let's see.
It's fucking hilarious.
Noble King says, "I'm so pissed. My aunt's a Mavs fan, season ticket holder, and offered me ticks, but I couldn't make it. Why couldn't you make it? I mean, if it's a personal thing, you don't need to disclose it, but
should have been like, I'm dying. I gotta go."
Chris Lieben autograph gloves. That's what it was. Thank you, Priz. That's what it was. I remember we sent you something like a couple years ago. That's what it was. Good times. Good times. I'm managing a gas station during the day and working at Ace Hardware Lumberyard at night. Wow, God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, it's tough. Chris, I'm with you. I hear you.
The discount gas.
Nobody thinks it's work. Hell yeah.
Just lie.
All right, so let's see. We have Matisse Thybulle starting, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Seth Curry on the Mavericks. God damn it. Went away from me again.
It's wild that I can't think of a Mavericks game without thinking about that. Like
just hit pause like right before they're about to tip up.
All right,
and I got you.
Just literally say tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally,
I can't think.
Just the tip. Just the tip, Dan. Just the tip, Dan. I only need the tip. That's all I need.
You're
just the tip. I'm good. Nothing more, nothing less.
I laugh at I can't think of the Mavs without thinking about that like 50 point loss, and with what's his name just pointing at the scoreboard.
Tip.
Pause.
All right. Let me know when you're there. Yeah, he's almost there.
Good day, mate.
All right, they're fucking jumping around here. All right, tip.
Cool.
Tip.
All right, so
The tip.
just the
It's like the tip. But with a
Sixers versus Mavs live reactions are brought to you by eXp Realty and Alan J. Foy of eXp Realty. Are you looking to buy or sell a home, looking for a change in career brokerage? Contact Alan Foy of eXp Realty LLC at 302-682-8820 or visit him at alan.foy@exprealty.com. Phone number again is 302-682-8820. Right now, let's see. No score yet. Passes to Tobias Harris. Passes to Thybulle. Thybulle for 3. Thybulle misses.
Yeah, that's the kind of shot that he needs to start to hit. If he's going to be
last year for a little bit, there was a stretch where he was doing it last year.
But those wide open corner shots like that, if you're going
to make those, yeah. And the Dallas Mavericks answer first, 3-0 Dallas. So again, guys, we're only doing the first half, since obviously the game started at 10 o'clock. Let's see, Joel Embiid in the paint, and there's the foul. Embiid's on the floor. We're only a couple minutes in.
That's like the signature this year. Is him just like.
Well, listen. And you want James Harden here too?
Oh,
dude, we're gonna have 4-hour games.
Yeah,
I hope you know we're gonna have 4-hour games. Everyone's just gonna be at the free throw line. And Embiid missed his free throw. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Well, only 10:51 in the first, so we're fine. Prism says Mavs are better not trade Brunson at the deadline.
Oh my god, dude, he is the way that kid's just materialized. Like, I knew he was going to be a good pro.
I didn't think he was going to be this good.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
At this point, he's the second best player on the Mavs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, there we go. Joel Embiid rebounds. They're going across the floor. Passes to Seth for 3. Nope. That would have been nice. Go up 1. Prism, Mr. Wing. What did I miss? What did I miss? Prism says is Harden getting back to the free throw line.
Yeah, very much so. And
absolutely.
I would say after the first month of the year, he stopped relying on a lot of the kind of stupid calls that Trae Young and him and a lot of the shooting guards in general just leaning into
cough, Curry, cough.
Wait, what's the foul?
Existing?
What is the foul? Right? We're doing the replay at Tobias. What did you? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at it. So
I wasn't looking at it either. So we got 9:55 left in the first quarter. Dallas Mavericks up 6-3. But while we're here, might as well. Oh my God! Oh, he just passed it right around Embiid. Goodness gracious! John says Reggie Bullock looks like a snorkel.
Another guy I would take on the Sixers.
Reggie Bullock, yeah,
he's a good shooter.
Yeah, absolutely. So all the games going on. I know we didn't really get a chance to get into it since we started a little late. Ben Simmons drama. What a complete and utter mess. So the report comes out, what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday, right? I think Shams tweeted it out that Ben Simmons was still unhappy with Joel Embiid for blaming him for the loss to the Atlanta Hawks in Game 7, the playoffs last year.
Bitch.
But he was also upset that Embiid didn't get criticism for
Toronto.
Yeah, for
2018
Toronto,
or 2019.
And then he was mad at Doc Rivers because Doc called him out, even though I don't know.
But you know what the difference was? I'm pretty sure that year he played on like a torn meniscus or something. He played
it was like a partially torn meniscus, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he still didn't not show up. If you look at his numbers are still there.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not like what they've been the last few years or anything like that. And like he struggled. He clearly struggled in that series.
Yeah. Look at the line. He missed his first free throw. Sixers are only down 1 with 8:45 left in the first.
But here's my thing with this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
When is it a matter of you looking in the mirror and taking ownership of yourself instead of blaming everything on other individuals? You're going to blame your coach, and you're going to blame teammates.
Set for 3. Bang.
It's just
It's the Kawhi Leonard and Paul George playbook.
You're not a man. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're a child.
Yeah.
You're just showing you're a child. And Shaq's put it perfectly enough. Like, people don't respect them around the league.
No.
People that are former players, they clearly don't respect someone. Most of them, they don't respect a guy like this because it's crazy.
Yeah, and Prism adds to saying, big bitch Ben and DM Shaq DM'd him to cry, and then Shaq.
All right, so
what a mess.
This is a good one. So my buddy at Victor Williams from the Philly Pod just posted a trade scenario for Brooklyn and the Sixers. You guys want to hear it?
Should I pull up the trade machine?
Yeah, we'll see if it works.
See if it goes through. All right, hold on. Let me pull up the trade machine real quick.
All right.
Let me find it right here.
Wait, who tweeted this out?
My buddy Victor Williams at the Philly Pod. He also works for Fox Philly Gambler.
All right, so what do we got?
Sixers. So we send over Ben, Tobias, and Danny Green.
Hold on. Going to where though? Going to which team?
Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets. Where is Brooklyn? I just saw it there.
Wait, they're going to take on Ben and Tobias?
Yep.
Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and you said Matisse?
Danny Green.
Danny Green, I'm
I
sorry.
think I know where this is going.
So do I, too.
Joe Harris has got to be involved in this.
Where the frig is Danny?
Because there's no way.
Ah, there he is. Okay, he was at the top. Okay.
So,
right. Continue.
Net Sixers receive Harden.
Okay.
Harris,
Joe Harris. Okay.
Bruce Brown,
Bruce Brown,
and Javon Carter.
Where is Bruce Brown? Why am I?
You just missed them. Javon Carter and Bruce Brown were right above each other. Right there.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay. So Bruce Brown, Joe Harris.
No, you missed one.
Javon Carter.
Oh, Javon Carter right there. Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry. Continue.
That's it.
And that's it. That's the trade.
That's it. That's the trade. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's go up here. Try trade. Wow.
Success. That's a great trade. I'll do that.
Joe
Here's
Harris,
my thing.
Bruce Brown, Javon Carter, Joe Harris for Danny Green.
Who's playing the
Tobias
4?
Harris. Yeah, that's the real question. Who is playing your 4?
So you're saying that's a great trade, but who's playing the 4?
Yeah, that's the real question.
In theory, you would think it's a great trade because, yeah, you're right. Like, you're getting off at Tobias's contract. You're getting 2 great shooters. Unfortunately, Joe Harris is hurt, and now he needs a second opinion, and he might need another surgery. So I ain't touching Joe Harris with a fucking 10-foot pole.
I didn't
really not even to get out of Tobias Harris's contract.
Nope.
How much?
He's on a 3-year deal for $17 million, and they're saying that his injury potentially could be like a career issue.
Yeah.
But like if it wasn't for that, then yeah, I'd be all for it. But still, you're looking at like
still getting a lot of money off the books, but you're
playing the 4.
Yeah, you are getting a good.
I mean, couldn't you have Drummond start?
Fuck no.
No, I'm not gonna obviously.
No.
I mean, there's also other moves you can make to get a 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's buyout options.
Well, yeah, and we talked about those earlier.
Yeah, but see, that's what you have to wait for that to materialize and gets balled out. You don't know if that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we can't stand Tobias, and I've talked shit on Tobias all the time, and I can't stand how inconsistent and sometimes he just the last game, he has Maxi running up and down the floor at the end of the game. That could have been the difference in the game with a couple seconds left, and he's just not paying attention.
Yep.
But at the same time, you got to have somebody that's going to be there to be able to play that position and do it adequately.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm right there with you. But let's see. Sixers are up 17. Ooh, huge dunk from Embiid. That's just not fair. That's just not fair. Sixers up 19-14 with 6:34 left in the first. Joel Embiid just
toying with him.
Doing what he does. Oh, I love that angle too. Wow. Yeah, like what do you do?
That's the Kevin Hart thing. He wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like I don't know.
Yep.
It's going to be a problem. Like a lot of people like questioning how far the Sixers can go.
Mm-hmm.
It's all going to be based on matchups, depending on like if this roster stays the same for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be matchups because whoever we face and whoever lines up big man wise. Like if the other team doesn't have a big man, then it's going to be a long night for him.
Yeah,
that's why I'm not technically afraid of Brooklyn because Claxton doesn't worry me at all. I mean, Marcus Aldridge is ancient at this point. So
Jeff says Luke is already losing his composure.
Also, given his issues, he might fucking die on the court. Jesus.
Yeah,
I don't know how he's. I don't even know how he's playing.
Yeah, he thought his career was over last year. You're right.
Yeah, because that heart thing, right?
Yep.
That was the.
How does that like magically get better? Towards like, oh, if you play basketball, you might die. It's like, oh no, guys, don't worry about it.
It might not have
dollars. I don't know.
Yeah, it might not have gotten better per se, but with the amount of, like Dan said, with all the money he has.
Oh, so Lucas got that shit.
He's got some pretty good doctors.
He pulled the One Tree Hill. It's like, oh guys, I'm good. It's okay.
All gone. Never happened.
Great episode.
But if Ben doesn't get dealt to the trade deadline, theoretically, if he doesn't get dealt to the trade deadline, does he get dealt? Does he get dealt in the summer? If you let this, well, I'm just saying, if you let all this nonsense go on with him, obviously DMing Shaq, and now he's calling out Embiid and Doc Rivers, which I don't have an issue with him calling out Doc Rivers, but
Ben Simmons versus Jake Paul. When?
It can't get better. Like the whole situation.
I mean, it's not going to get better anytime soon. But I think if it's not done at the deadline, he's done at the summer. Like,
okay.
But here's the thing: it can't go past the trade or the draft.
Yeah.
At that point, it cannot go past the draft because for one, if it goes past the draft and then it goes into the off season and then it leads into the regular season,
the following,
then you're gonna start having Joe start to have some issues with it because it's like, all right, like we're sitting here, we got this guy who's making all this money, whether you're finding him or not, but he's still sitting on the roster taking up cap space, and I'm sitting here busting my ass trying to do everything.
Right. Like
when's enough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's got to get something done. It's obviously
you can't head into the start of next season with him there.
Right.
Also,
no.
If he's not dealt the deadline, Johnny probably goes on a bender. And he's gonna wake up really confused in a jail cell, and he's just like, "What happened?" They're like,
"What the hell happened?"
Yeah, like what the hell happened? Well, Ben Simmons, didn't get traded, so you got Joe Burrow's cigar tattooed on your face.
But I think you hit the nail on the head earlier, Pete.
What a shot!
What did I say?
I mean, you were echoing what I was going to bring up later in the show about the Sixers holding all the leverage.
Mm-hmm.
They have from then not having the leverage just a few weeks ago in this situation. Now with this James Harden thing materializing and him clearly wanting out of Brooklyn, whether he wants to bring it up publicly or not, he doesn't want to be there. It's very clear. Like these hamstring injuries, I don't believe any of it.
The more they lose, and the longer Kevin Durant sits on the sideline, and the more Kyrie Irving says dumb shit, which he just said today, he views according to a source, Kyrie Irving has talked to someone and said he views the NBA as a 9-to-5 job.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
it's not. No, it doesn't surprise me at all. But It's just dumb shit after dumb shit after dumb shit after dumb shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing you have to deal with when it comes to Kyrie. But
and that's why I said I wouldn't have touched him because I know a lot of people. Oh, if you go get him the talent. I said the talent doesn't mean you could be the most. Josh Gordon is a perfect example. Super talented, off the chart level, right?
What the hell just happened right there?
What do you call it? The net's broken. Or not broken, but it's like
bent.
I guess, yeah. And
sorry, Pete.
And Boban's just better than that even more.
But no, it's the same thing to where you have someone where they have all the talent in the world, but A, B, C, and Z, all the way to Z, is stopping him from being able to access that talent. You can have it, but if you're not able to use it, it doesn't matter. Him playing 20 games a year because he's not willing to take the vaccine, or him playing 2 to 3 playoff games a series because he's not willing to take the vaccine, it's not helping your team.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
So what happened with the net? I'm confused. What happened with the net here? They brought Boban out of the locker room to try and fix the net. Now
you're like 8 foot tall. Just stand up there and grab the rim.
That's what he did. He
meanwhile these guys are getting
it's
fucking ladders.
Okay, that's why. That's what they're looking at. Okay,
it's not.
Luka was trying to say the net's off. Is it level? And that's what they're.
Wait, Luka was complaining the net was not level
after missing.
Yet he made the shot.
It's a little off. Yeah, it's a little off.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, if you look at it, yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, by the level. Yeah, good.
But Luka's like, fuck that. I'll just make that shit.
Wow, good eye by Luka. That's like a minor. Wow.
I know. That's actually. I mean, that's fairly. Unless he's moving it more, that's fairly significant in terms of being off.
Yeah. Good eye by Luka. So wait, what happens? I'm so confused.
They'll probably just have to
They'll have to fix the net. Yeah, they have to fix the net now
or something.
Mind you, we're only 6 minutes and 3 minutes in, or 6 minutes and 3 minutes left of the first. We're gonna be here a while. Watch them cancel the game. Can't play. The net's broken. Sorry. Everyone go. Oh, they have a replacement net already. They're already set.
Jesus.
They have it ready to go. Wow. That's actually okay.
It's encouraging, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, this isn't more entertaining. We can have a guy fucking just leveling out a net. See if it's level. I think he fixed it. I can't tell. Hold on. He's bringing the ruler out.
Oh my gosh. He's got the tape measure.
He's bringing the ruler out. They're measuring it.
Milwaukee's getting a good advertisement there. You see that?
Yeah, I did see that. Yep. Oh my God. This dude's got a ladder on the court. He's got a tape measure. He's got a leveler. This guy's got everything going on now. Refs are just standing there talking.
Let me ask you guys. We're less than a week from the deadline. What would you put percentage-wise that you think? I'm not saying it's necessarily Harden because I do think the Beal thing is still in play as well.
Yep.
What do you think the likelihood that Ben is dealt by the deadline?
40-60.
40-60. Okay.
40.
It might change in the next few days, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I think I'm kind of like in a similar boat with Pete, like 40-60.
I'm right there. I'm 50-50.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, could it happen? Sure. I don't know. Because I saw another report from John Clark saying they could also just wait till the offseason to get a deal done. So
here's my thing though. So if they do a sign and trade in the offseason, they're getting even less than they would get right now for him.
Yeah, yep.
Because if you look at history, right? Like them getting Ben Simmons in that deal is a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
Remember when we traded Jimmy Butler?
And we got him for nothing, yeah.
No, when we traded Jimmy Butler to Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Who did we get?
Josh Richardson.
Yeah, we got Josh
exactly.
Richardson. Yep, we got nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Josh fucking Richardson.
That's a good point.
Sign and trades. It's going to be if it's in the offseason, it's going to be Ben Simmons for James Harden. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, because Harden has no value at that point. Like
Exactly.
you can say what you want about Simmons, but Simmons will have 3 years left on his deal.
Yeah,
and all the leverage.
It's not even that like Harden doesn't have value. It's that it's a sign and trade because he's going to want a new deal,
new contract.
Yeah, but
Prism even says that man's earning his paycheck tonight. Yeah.
While Ben Simmons may not get traded, you know what will happen this month?
What?
The USFL draft.
I knew. Like I literally knew where you were going as soon as I asked it.
You know what? The funny thing is, I wouldn't even know about this if it wasn't for Pete.
If it wasn't for Pete, yeah, I would not know about it.
Baby. One man.
Just buy a team.
I'm single-handedly bringing the USFL back, man.
What do you wait? So, do we have a team?
Yes, we do. We have the Philadelphia Stars.
All right. I was gonna say, what's gonna happen first? Do we get a WNBA team or do we get a USFL team?
We got a USFL team.
All right.
There you go.
Thankfully, I don't have to root for the New Jersey Generals. I get the Philadelphia Stars. Thank God.
Oh, there's also the Washington Commanders too. Pete.
Where are they gonna play at?
I have no idea. That's a good question. I think they have a stadium lined up.
I would go see a game. I'm sure it'd be a cheap ticket. You know?
Ticket, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
take my son down. Like I'm not going to take my son to an Eagles game at this age. He's not going to give a shit.
Have you taken him to a Wings game? Because I know a lot of parents and their kids go to Wings games.
Nah, I've been to Philly. We went to a bunch of Phillies games because his name's Bryce and he's got it.
That's fun. Yeah, that's fun. Okay.
But
and Bryce is his favorite player.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay.
Todd, there is room for you on the Philadelphia Stars bandwagon. There's room. There is room. It's pretty empty right now. You know, floor seats are really cheap.
All right, so
you got a seat right next to you. I'm just saying, man. You can sit in the big fat chair in the back. You know.
Oh my God. All right, so they just put up a stat for Luka Doncic. 3 All-Star appearances before the age of 23 in NBA history. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Isaiah Thomas, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and Luka Doncic.
I want to point out, like, so when he was getting ready to get drafted, I was telling everyone how amazing he was going to be, and I'm like, I'll trade at the point, like, because they didn't know what they were going to do with Fultz.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'll trade Fultz and like 2 first plus.
Yeah,
for this kid. They're like, he's not going to be anything. He's this small European kid.
Everybody's worried about how athletic he is, and it doesn't fucking matter because
he doesn't matter. He's going to put up 50 a night. He's ridiculous.
That's why that whole trade went down between Dallas and Atlanta.
Correct.
Because Atlanta was concerned as far as his athletic ability.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just take Trae Young. Which at the end of the day, like, look, they got Trae Young,
he's a good
player. But I take Luka all day.
Oh yeah, it's not even a question.
Luka's going to be like a 3 or 4 time MVP.
Potentially, I could see that. Yeah.
I remember. I think it was. I'm trying to remember if it was when COVID started or it was before COVID started. A bunch of us were at Chrome's house. We were watching a playoff game. I think it was the Mavericks against the Clippers, and Luka hit a game winner in I think double overtime.
It was nuts.
It was he's oh my God. I thought we were about to tip off again.
Was it bubble?
Yeah, it was the bubble. Yep, yeah. It was the bubble.
Yep. I remember the game you're talking about.
It was the bubble. That game was sick. That was a great. Are we still? I thought we were about to tip off again, and now we're looking at. What are we doing?
We had a problem with the Nets at another.
Like a year ago, right?
No, it was this fucking year.
Was it this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't I don't think it was the net. It wasn't the rim. It was the net.
Dude, what are we doing? Like, what is going on? Oh, I can see how it's okay. It's a little lean to the right. I see. Oh, we got the camera looking down at it too. Nice.
What she said.
Oh my God. Good Lord. Yeah. So still, for anyone that's paying attention at home, I think we're 10 minutes into Netgate, and we are still 6 minutes and 3 minutes or 6 minutes, 3 minutes or 3 seconds left till the first.
Speaking of Nets, would you guys like to know how the Nets are doing right now?
Are they losing bad?
73 to 105 at the end of the third.
Holy shit.
So
Well, I
that
mean,
was
when you don't have,
losses.
when you don't have Harden, KD, or Kyrie playing, that's kind of.
I mean, does it really matter? No. Does it just
Kyrie
make
is
you-
playing.
Oh, Kyrie is playing.
Yeah, Kyrie is playing. And they're
Oh,
playing
my
Houston,
goodness.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes and not.
Oh
act
no,
like-
wait. It's the wait. Are they playing Houston or Utah? Because my thing says Utah.
I was gonna say I thought you said Houston earlier.
Hold on. Let me see.
Bleacher
Let me
Report
take
says
a
they're
gander
playing
real
Utah.
quick. Let me take a gander real quick.
Somebody said Houston earlier. I'm just was going off of whatever.
Let me see if the. Yeah, John said Utah. Okay.
All right, well that makes sense because
Yeah.
they're a much better team.
Yeah, they're a much better. Yeah, 105 to 75. End of regulation.
But
Holy
still,
shit.
with what Pete just said, this is going to turn this turmoil into just more
Wait a minute.
and
that
more
can't be
fuel, and
That
it's just
can't
going to get worse and worse. Because did you guys see the did you see the report that came out, or not? It wasn't a report. It was just comments from James Harden after the last loss, and he was like, basically, he's like, we've done enough talking.
Who said
He's like-
that?
James Harden, because they asked him basically to some sorts like, do you guys need to have like a players only meeting? And he's like, well, we've done enough talking.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I don't know why it said end of regulation on Google. It's 78-105 with 11:01 in the fourth quarter against the Jazz.
and the
or
game's
against
over.
Against the Jazz. Yeah, the game's still over, but it told me end of regulation, and it said the Nets only
They're like-
scored. Brooklyn only scored 2 points in the fourth. I'm like, that's not right. That's definitely not right. Thanks, Google. John says, don't believe Google on everything. There's the point. It looks like they're switching the net up now. Goodness gracious! This guy's getting a ruler out. Oh boy, here we go. They're winging in. They're bringing in the next net. Hopefully this one works. Oh Jesus! I have never seen this before.
Oh yeah,
They're bringing in a whole other net.
I don't think they've needed one since like the 90s.
Wait, is the net stuck now? Is the net stuck? Okay, no, they're moving. Okay, I was gonna say. What a disaster. Now the ref's directing traffic. Oh, Lord. Oh, geez. Let me get to some of these comments real quick, too, because comments are flying right now. Todd says, and he failed. He ruined he ruined his moment. Now do your job and fix the damn rim. Yeah. Oh, they're trying to, Todd. They're trying to. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, if anyone wants to get a bathroom break right now, would be the time to do it. Goodness gracious. I think Dan already beat me to it. Hugh Harper says Harden our guy. I mean, it looks like a deal. He might be. He very well could be. Very well could be. And we'll see. We'll see come Thursday. We'll be giving our winners and losers next week of the NBA trade deadline. We'll be previewing the Super Bowl. We got a lot to talk about next week. Next week's going to be very busy week.
Hopefully some USFL draft updates.
Oh my God, shut up.
So-
with all this talk, Pete, you have to go to a game now. Like there's no.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll crowdsource getting me to a game. Like that's what I'll
start a GoFundMe. Get there.
Yeah, we'll start like a campaign and I'll record the whole thing. I'll record the trip down the salt to the area because I think it's if I recall correctly, I think it's in Texas where they play.
Is it Texas or Alabama? I thought it was Alabama.
I don't remember.
I think it's Alabama. I could be wrong. And that's where they're all playing, right? They're all right there.
Yeah.
Texas. Okay. That's interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense. So you don't have to. It's all in just one century. But how do you do it for like multiple games? I guess you just do it at different. I guess you do it at different times, or do they have multiple fields? I don't know.
Yeah. So it's
Pete, you're the USFL expert.
Yeah. So it's supposed to start in April officially the games, and it's going to be played entirely in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was Alabama. Okay.
So that's what we need to do. We need to do some crowd surfing to get me down to Alabama.
Start a GoFundMe. Get Pete.
I actually have a buddy who lives in Alabama, so I have a place to stay. So we don't need to worry about that.
There you
We're
go.
at.
I think he lives in Mobile,
Okay. Not
We
a bad
stopped
drive.
at Birmingham.
Alabama. Yeah,
Yeah, we stopped in Birmingham a few years ago on our way to New Orleans, and
nice.
it was a nice little
Yeah,
place.
we'll do that, and
So-
take video of everything and be at the game. Be
There
fun.
you go. Joseph Horakovsky says Texas gets half an inch of snow and now they can't even level a rim for a basketball game.
So where do you guys? Let's just take this to another level, and let's say a deal gets done
Okay.
by Thursday, and Harden's on this team, and let's just say it is Ben and it's Matisse.
If it's Ben and Matisse,
Yeah, where do you put this team as far as aspirations, as far as making it to the
so
finals?
what is the deal again? Run the deal by me again.
We'll say it's Ben, Matisse for James and Brown.
Title run.
How far can they go? I would hope at least to the ECF. I would hope at least to the ECF. I'm fine with that. For me, and I think Tom said it a couple of days too. You got to get past your hump first before even starting to talk about
Oh yeah,
NBA finals and that whole thing. Because once we get past the second round, I think all bets are off.
Yep.
You can either go to the finals, win the finals. You made it to the ECF, so it's just a matter of getting past the second round. That's all I care about.
And then you have a whole off season to plan.
Yes.
Right, exactly. So
Well, and that's the thing. You got to figure they're going to take probably 30 to 35 games, if not more, just to kind of mesh and for those two all-stars to, kind of learn how to play off of one another. So to kind of expect them to just win a championship mid-season like that, it's probably, unrealistic.
No, I don't think anyone would expect them to win it, but
I mean, some people
the
would,
second you get Harden, there's title aspirations. That's just a gimme. Like,
oh
I'm
sure.
not saying you got to win it. Look, I don't think you ever have to win it your first year. I feel like you need that 1 year to gel together.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all of LeBron's big threes. Look at who am I else? Look at the Clippers year one. They didn't do anything because they just didn't play together enough.
Yep.
You know where it could have happened though?
What?
Could have happened here.
What up, Todd?
What is happening, fam?
What's up, Todd?
Jimmy Butler year.
Yeah, quit that.
Again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. I say the same thing with the Alshon Jeffrey drop. If Butler stayed, I think we would win at least one title.
Yeah. See, I disagree with that because even if Alshon catches it, it's like 3rd and 8.
Yeah, but I think the way that they were moving down the field, I think they still do it.
Well, no, to that same extent though. If that Kawhi shot doesn't go down,
I think we win the title.
We win the title. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Like
If that was the shot of shots. Like
Yeah.
And then the whole
I
script gets
don't think I've ever been.
I mean, Embiid couldn't play any better defense. I mean, you couldn't have had a better role on the bounce. I mean, the ball hit the rim like 3 times and then dropped. I mean,
it was like 7 bounces, 6 or 7 bounces. It was crazy.
Yeah, what else
I've ever
could you
seen.
do? But if we would have won that, we would have been Toronto. Like I think we would have won it all that year.
Oh, there's
like,
no doubt in my mind.
It's okay. So we're gonna trade for James Harden, and then we're gonna go trade for Jimmy G. And I keep fucking with my boy at work because he's a big Eagles guy, and I keep like, oh man, get your Jimmy G jersey ready, buddy.
Oh Lord.
Pete, you're the 1 in a million Philly fans that can give me a migraine anytime this.
But you
Jimmy
love
G.
me. You love me. Don't
Really?
lie. Come on now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
You
Jimmy
do. I
G?
know you do.
I don't want Jimmy G.
You're like these other Eagle fans
Oh, I
that
don't
talking
want
about
Jimmy
Malik
G.
Willis right now.
I don't want Jimmy G.
why are you saying that then?
Because I want the story. It's gonna be so much fun because it's gonna be an entire offseason of people convincing themselves, oh my god, you don't understand. Jimmy's amazing. Look at his stats. Look at his numbers.
No.
I don't even think his
Look at
numbers
all
are
the
that
playoff
good.
trips.
Yeah, but who would even say that? Because I don't think his numbers are even that they don't jump out at you.
They're like Brad Johnson's numbers, man. He just does everything that you need him to do, but when you need him to do something like a game-changing play, he drops the ball, literally. Either he fumbles, interception,
or play devil's advocate.
If you're going to trade for a veteran, at least trade for make a
Kyle Shanahan is so stupid in big game moments. It just holds him back.
So a little bit of an update as far as the James Harden thing goes. So, and again, take this for what you will. According to Alex Schaefer, I forget. I don't know how you say his last name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
He said, end quote, on a tweet, James Harden is not on the Nets bench tonight. From what I say, he was in the arena but he was in the arena pregame. Okay. So again, take that for what you will.
The hammy, so everybody's saying a hammy. The hammy is bullshit.
Yeah, it's absolutely bullshit.
And so
even if he was still hurt, he'd still be there.
I mean, I put you onto this earlier, Jake, but I was literally sitting here listening to a bunch of Nets fans literally saying verbatim that they know Harden is not injured, and he's pushing this hammy thing off to kind of just play his way out.
He wants to leave. He doesn't want to be there.
You mean like when he was like 600 pounds for Houston at the start of last year?
I guess so. I don't know.
That could have been his way out. Yeah.
So, like for right now, who would you rather snag up, Beal or Harden?
Harden.
Beal or Harden.
I'm fine with either.
Yeah, like
obviously because Beal's younger.
Like, which one would you try to pretty much pursue? Like, okay, I'm more interested in this guy than that guy.
I feel like Harden is just
this season it's Harden because Harden's like, if you look at Beal and Harden in terms of their games and what they give to they'll give to this team.
Yeah,
Maxi's not at the level in terms of like being a full point guard and being a facilitator. Where if you look at James's number, like Harden's numbers are like he can facilitate and do it at like easily like an all-star level. Like I think he's averaging almost 10 assists, if not more. Can you pull that up, Jake?
Okay.
Yeah, you play next to Embiid, he's going to be averaging 10 points.
What am I pulling up? Sorry.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
the reason why I asked because when you look at both of their situations are is very funny. Is too similar. You're talking about two players that won out
10.2,
and like when you got two players on the similarity of their contracts about to end, they both want to leave the franchises, and it kind of puts pressure on those franchises. Like, okay, we can't just let them walk out with nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to see which one could get more out of as far as compensation or because we know we want to get rid of Simmons and it would be nice to unload that Tobias Harris contract. So it's more of who's willing to and that's why I'm like, which one we could swindle pretty much.
So I think Morey at this point, I think Morey is more concerned with if he can get one of these guys, whether it's Beal. I'm sure at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that his relationship with James Harden, it's not going to go away. If he can get James Harden, it's probably going to be James Harden over Bradley Beal just because of he's got a relationship with the guy.
That's the only reason why I lean towards the Harden on that standpoint. They got a great, they got a great relationship, but it's just the fact that you're dealing with the Nets that's trying to still keep their playoff hopes alive and see what
you can't worry about that though.
Yeah, it's knowing with that organization. I mean, seeing Harden try to fight his way out because he knows that organization ain't going to give him up for cheap, and that's what's makes it difficult. That's why I'm I lean towards the Beal. Because at least Washington is willing to they're more the team that willing to take anything.
So, but here's my thing. I think you're wrong in the sense that both these guys are in the exact same situation. Beal he's got a player option at the end of this year, so he can opt out and literally sign a max contract with anybody else that he wants, and James Harden could do the same thing. So, either one of these guys can leave on their own, and they could be like, "All right, fuck off. I'm heading wherever." Now, obviously, if he was going to come here, we would either need to just trade Ben for expiring shit. So that's where like I'm kind of like stuck, honestly, Todd. Like I feel
and that's
like
where I am too, because you're talking about two guys that's contracts are getting ready, and it's like, could we wait till like the summertime? Sure, but it's like seeing how Embiid is playing right now. You're like, you can't waste the season that he's having.
Well, so, and they're not going to get much more. These teams are not going to get much more out of the Sixers in terms of a deal compared to what they would get in the offseason. They'll get a little bit more, but they're not going to get astronomically more in a trade, because at the end of the day, the player still has to re-sign a contract with the Sixers, because that player option is still there. They can't do a sign and trade right now. It's not going to happen. Like it's just not going to happen. So I honestly feel like trade value wise is going to be pretty comparable. Unless Brooklyn or Washington is just asking for, something that is just unrealistic because they just don't want to trade either one of the guys. But yeah, I mean, I would probably lean more towards Harden just because of the numbers I gave you. Pete said that, and I pulled it up. He's averaging over 10 assists. He's averaging over 8 rebounds a game. So, and that's a big problem on this team right now, because we don't have Ben is rebounding the ball. You look at that every night. We're getting out rebound, where prior years, because of Ben being here, that never happened.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Now, I was just looking at that trade, that Clippers and Trailblazers trade, trying to see what that could, if there's anything going on with that, because I'm seeing besides Covington heading to the Clippers, I've seen the Trailblazers getting a lot of bench players and a draft pick, trying to see what. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm trying to see what the Trailblazers are up to, because that's go ahead.
No, you're good. Finish.
Oh no, I was just saying, pretty much is from what I'm taking from the Trailblazers, that look like they getting ready to try to move some pieces.
Yeah. So if you think about it like this, right? So last year they traded Gary Trent Jr. for Norman Powell to Toronto. So, and then you just offloaded that piece to the Clippers.
Yep.
So like all these pieces that they brought in to build around Dame, they're just offloading. And like you said, like, it's starting to look more and more like they want to start to kind of just decompose this and just kind of let it.
Yeah, it's looking like they went ahead and made that decision. It's time to rebuild.
Yeah,
like,
I want to pull the tweet up, but there was a tweet, and I'm not sure who it was from, but it was something to the extent that Dame wants to stay on the West Coast. So, I read it real quick, so I don't know if it was anybody.
If he wants to stay on the West Coast, I want to see when Jake gets back and pulls up the trade machine.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I was just eating dinner. Sorry.
Oh, no problem, man. Shoot, chow down. Man.
What do we got?
Well, since Dan brought up about Dame trying to stay on the West Coast, I'm sitting here thinking, is it just up to 3 teams or 4 teams on the trader?
I can do. Hold on a minute. 3, 4. What can this go up to? Actually, I'm curious now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tops out at 3. Okay.
Tops out at 3. Okay, so if Dame wants to stay on the West Coast, I was trying to see, what was the Timberwolves trying to offer? since if they're trying to talk back into the Ben Simmons trade.
You have to give me Cat.
No, it's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen.
They're not offering Cat. They're not offering Edwards. You're going to be looking at like.
They're not offering Edwards either.
No, hell no.
Oh yeah, then no. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him honestly because
I don't blame him either. You don't want to get rid of your franchise guys. I get it.
It's going to be like you're looking at like Russell and like throw-ins and picks and shit like that. Honestly, like I heard you, like I listened to what you were saying earlier about like the intrigue as far as putting Joel and Cat together. I don't love the idea just because I know Cat, like he's a lot better. Like he's probably one of the best big man like 3-point shooters of this generation. Like aside from Dirk, like I'm clearly not going to put him on Dirk.
Well, he doesn't get the attention either, just because of the market that he's in too.
Well, like, could you? That's one. You think he could be a true more dominant at the 4 spot?
Well, obviously that's what you have to play here. I just don't know if that would work with Joe.
But that was my thing. Like that's the only. I'm like, okay, he's not going to stay at the 5. I mean, he ain't going to come off the bench. So I was like, if he could be our 4, that's why I was like, if it could be like a 4-team trade, because that's what we need is like a 4-team trade in order to try to facilitate that.
Well, I mean, have we looked at like how sorry, I literally just lost my train of thought. Have we thought about how Minnesota's doing? Like Minnesota's been playing really well lately.
They have.
So like
actually, hold on.
They're not shipping off pieces like that.
Yeah, and that's it's like trying to. It's an awkward time because everybody feels as though they're still in the running.
So
right now, and it's you can't really offload like with the Nets. The Nets they're facing a dilemma of they did all this trading and you bring in Harden, you bring in Durant, Kyrie. You expect to make championships with this roster, and it's pretty much imploding. So they don't know what the hell to do. We are everybody knows about our Simmons situation. It's like teams are right now where everybody doesn't want to feel like they lost. Like that's the main problem. Everybody's like is literally at a high stakes poker game and nobody don't want to like fold or try to just say fuck it.
Well, and that's the everybody around the league and Stephen A and a lot of these guys will tell you that's the one thing Daryl Morey refuses to kind of let go is the fact that he lost the trade or he caved in for the trade. So to an extent at this point, I'm clearly happy that he has waited, and it potentially with the rumors and the stuff that's coming out today could be paying off for the Sixers.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, hey, Daryl Morey's definitely got Kenny Rogers on repeat right now.
Got no one to hold
blaring right now. I'm surprised it hasn't come over the damn the damn Mavericks system right now.
Yeah.
Yo, this is the wildest thing I've ever seen.
I've never seen that, dude. We're almost an hour in.
20 minutes.
We're almost an hour in, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
We're almost like an hour in.
Okay, this is taking a minute.
The first half till midnight. I'm not even kidding.
As soon as I want to see how long this has been.
Yeah, let me know. If anyone knows like how long this is actually, you know what? I'm going on Twitter.
As soon as I seen them keep pulling out plugs and everything, I was like, Jesus! I didn't know a basketball goal got more plugs than a rich person's Christmas lights.
Yeah, it's all the lights and shit.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus! Like one guy just keep on pulling out cords, and I saw him pull out water bottles. I was like, what the fuck is going on in there, man?
Just looking at a tape measure right now. He's just staring at it. What is going on?
Yeah, you know what they should play? They should play the Home Depot music.
No, just play the Yeah, you could do that or
If,
play.
if they start doing that, and like a couple of Mexicans come out of nowhere just saying somebody needs Tobias, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, I'm done.
Goodness
It's like
gracious.
now you got Mexicans trying to look for work right in the middle of the damn arena and trying to tell them like move out the way. Let me show you how it's done.
What is?
Hold on.
Yeah, we've been fixed by now.
Are you still rewinding?
Yes, it's been like 45 minutes.
It's been like 45 minutes.
Yep.
Damn.
Fuck me. Good Lord. What a mess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone's there we go. It's at 120.
Would you say, Pete, picks? The fuck we need picks for?
I mean, picks.
I thought you said something about picks.
No, he was talking about Spanish guys working on it as if they were. It would have been fixed already.
Oh, fixed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, with that, I 100%
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Would have been
Done 10 minutes.
Dude, everyone just has their hands around their waist just looking at the net. Like, oh.
It's like a dad in the supermarket.
Dude, I feel like I'm on Three Stooges right now. Nothing's getting done.
Oh, that's what
You just
My man
stare and you
ruined-
point at it. That's all you do. You stare and you point at
Yeah,
it.
they're just looking at it like,
5
wow.
minutes.
No, my man's about to get fired like at the end of the night because he had his one moment. He was out there, very first. He, has his leveler, got the tape measure, and then as soon as that bubble,
all the old white dad stuff.
Well, you're supposed to. So as a handy guy, a semi-handy guy, you're supposed to measure
I like handies.
measure twice.
Jake's gonna get a talking to after this show.
Guys, how many times is it gonna fucking measure the rim?
Are they measuring it again?
Jesus Christ!
yeah,
Oh
that's
my
why I was like,
God.
that's
I
why I
just saw
said
the
this
oh,
guy's
wait, hold
gonna
on.
get fired.
Hold
at
on.
the
We
end
might
of
be
the
back
night.
finally. We might be back. Hold on.
What the fuck is going on?
The ref
He's
hasn't
getting
given the
fired.
thumbs up yet.
Am I not
All right,
on
now
the
we're
back?
good.
Netgate. Dan,
back
it's
now.
Netgate.
Everyone has to stretch. Holy shit.
Wait, are you ahead of me now, Jake?
No,
Oh, I know I'm behind.
I don't think
It's
so.
all good.
I don't think
No,
so.
I wasn't all the way rewinded. Never mind.
God
All right,
damn,
we
boy! I
might
didn't
have
know
to-
she's thicker than Snickers, boy. Whoa, boy, that side view tells it all.
We might have to.
Mm.
We might have to reset again.
Whew.
Goodness gracious.
I
Yeah,
always,
look, now they're all stretching. They all have to get loose again. Oh my God, we're doing shoot.
Yeah, I know I'm behind you guys. I'm still like.
Why
in the
weren't they just
NBA,
fucking
like,
doing this the
studio.
entire time?
Yeah, I don't know. No,
What the fuck? Like, seriously?
I mean, she got
Oh,
4
some big
minutes
old
and
feet.
38.
God.
4 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first quarter.
I mean,
Good Lord.
I guess the benefit of this is fucking Joel should be able to just keep playing.
Yeah.
Like, there's your fucking rest, like, for halftime. Just play the rest of the fucking quarter. Play the rest of the half.
No, I'd be pissed if
Gotta-
they're like, yeah, no, I beat out the rest of the game for rest. They're like,
We're
no,
gonna have
no,
to play
fuck
like
off.
we're gonna have to change the the rules to NBA Streets Volume 2. You know what I'm saying? Just nonstop clock.
No,
timeouts.
just
gotta
yeah,
keep
just
it
do
moving.
just do the double dunk every time.
Exactly. Hit the showcase. Do like a
I hate the
3-team.
The double dunk
Everybody
killed it
jumping
for
in
me.
the fucking air.
I hated the double dunk. The double dunk was I hated it.
Hey, it was sometimes unstoppable.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I hated it. Whenever I played my buddies, I always got hit with the double dunk. I'm like, I can't do anything. Like I'll make a shot, and then they're like, "Oh, double dunk."
Yep.
Well.
Always hit the pass button as soon as you get ready to come down. Doo-doo.
Yeah, right.
But no, shit.
What up,
Yo, Kyrie
Gardner?
played like
What-
shit tonight, too, just so you guys know.
Well, he
What
is
what's the stat line for that?
6 for 20. He had 15 points. He had 6 assists and 3 rebounds.
Wow.
Disgusting.
Minus 29.
Part-time
Minus 29.
results.
29.
part-time results from a part-time player.
Oh
Yeah.
my-
And people
This is the
and
most
people wanted to
ridiculous
cave
thing
in
I've
for
ever
him.
seen.
That's the funny
That's
part. People was
And
getting
that's why,
ready to
and
cave in
this is
for
why
him.
Harden wants out. This is exactly why Harden
Yeah.
wants out.
Minus
Because, I mean-
29.
So can I just laugh that he
God.
made 3 more shots than there are COVID vaccines? Only 3, just 3,
Just 3.
Mm.
just 3.
Goodness gracious.
Still, that's
no, everyone's still doing the shoot around. Everyone's still.
Well, no, not Kyrie. He steers clear of shots. We all know this.
Oh my God, Pete.
All right. Let's see. Prism says, "What's everyone's odds percentage that the Suns repeat the Western Conference champs?" I'm saying 65%. They're playing really well right now.
The Warriors are starting to get hot, boys. Clay
finally close.
Clay's getting closer.
Clay's on it. Clay's on.
He's
one.
getting close.
Here's my thing.
I'll call it right now. Are you ready? I'll call it right now.
Steph
Warriors win. Wait, let's say. In this scenario, no. I'm not saying they will, but in this magical scenario, I'll call it right now. Warriors win the championship, and you're like, "Oh man, Steph's finally gonna get it," and Clay fucking gets it.
What, MVP?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you realize Steph's got to step up a hell of a lot more than what he's been doing the last month and a half. He's played like dog shit, like horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he's starting to like. That's the thing about Steph though. Is he'll have like a couple of cold months, but when he's hot, it's like, when is it going to stop?
Not like this though. I disagree with you to this, Todd. He's never. If you look at the shooting percentages, it's never been like this. Especially from three, it's never been like this.
Mm-mm.
And I followed his entire career. Like I think, like for me, he's probably one of my favorite players of all time. Like
who?
Steph.
Oh yeah.
Like obviously Sixers related, but like he's never been in this kind of slump before. Since he's like established himself as like a high end.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, trust me, I've seen Steph play. He played at Davidson, so I'm like you. He's my absolute favorite. But it's just something I always believe in him. And yeah, it sucks right now, and it's something new for him. But I think once like Clay is back in the rhythm, you get Green back. It will help pull him out that slump. I think what it is, he's got to start back to small and work his way back. I think he's just too busy forcing that three ball and feel like it's just like, once I make that like a couple and get back in that rhythm, I think he needs to just work on his, short game a little bit and start working his way back again. Yeah. Because he's like this. You got to find he definitely got to get his rhythm back. I'm not taking that away from him.
I mean, Denver's going to be that team too. Like a lot of people are sleeping on Denver. I'll tell you right now, Jamal Murray comes back.
I thought they was going to win it last year. I really thought they was going to take it.
I'm telling you right now, I like Jamal Murray comes back healthy, and if Michael Porter Jr. can come back and just fit in, like he played very well last year when Jamal.
And he's my wild card. If he comes back and really establish himself, then Denver's definitely. I'm like, ooh.
Where you at? Right. I was about to shoot the.
All right, game's back on. Dan, let me know when you get to 5:55.
Jesus Christ!
All right, guys, I'm pulling the Ben Simmons and taking my ball and go home.
All right, later, Pete.
Later, Pete.
I know.
All right.
Night, guys.
All right.
You want man band?
I am.
What did you say?
Later, Pete.
5:55.
Yeah. Yep.
Luka done hurt his hand. Oh,
all right,
shit.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. All right, Luka, we want to see what you're gonna do.
All right. 5:54. Sixers up 20-17.
Todd, you can't be ahead of us because you're.
No, I'm way behind. Like I just where they just showed like the highlights
you're across
of
the fucking world. Like if you're.
Oh, I am. Like when y'all was telling me what was it where where Joel Embiid like made a nasty dunk. I was just watching him shoot the free throws, so I was like, yeah, I'm way behind.
Yeah,
okay. That's just to give you an idea where I'm at.
When I'm watching Tom and all the guys, I literally pause my YouTube. I have to watch it on YouTube because I can't pause on Facebook. So I'll pause it on YouTube, and then I'll wait till I'm like semi near where all the guys are, and then I'll just.
You'll do it that way. Okay.
Yeah. Because it ruins it. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, unfortunately, I gotta accept the L. There ain't no way I can catch
feel
up.
you.
Yeah, you're going to be way behind.
Yeah, I was like,
You're gonna be way
I'll
behind.
set my L on this one. I'll just like this.
God,
Whenever I
Tobias.
can catch up, I'll catch up. But
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you.
but
So
no,
wait,
I'm
Pete,
glad that
where are you
everybody
at? Where are you at time wise?
time wise,
Yeah.
like it is 5:43. They just kind of started. They got the foul. Tobias Harris trying to cry like a little bitch, like usual.
Nice rebound
like
by Joe.
20 seconds.
Ooh. Sorry, you always gotta give tough love to Tobias. I mean, my goodness, man.
I've never liked them. That's just me.
I mean that was the only reason that when I hated when we picked up Doc. I was like, at first I was happy, but then he made it seem like he had to get Tobias Harris. I was like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
He got paid.
Everybody, I was like, ugh. I was iffy on him because I didn't think he showed me enough to have a max deal.
That was a nice play.
That was a really nice pass.
Yep.
Well, I'm liking how we playing this defense.
Yeah, so far so good. Demetrius Jenkins says Ben and KD. Sheesh. Yeah, if KD can stay healthy, yeah, it's a problem.
Put it on Maxi. Oh.
Damn, Embiid.
That
Embiid
was
just looks so healthy.
That was a really
my
nice
goodness.
pass. That was a really nice pass to Maxi there. Whew. Sixers up 23-17 with 4:15 left in the first quarter.
By the way, I called it. I called it last year. I told him, I was like, there's no reason why we like, even though this is when we was talking about Dame Lillard early with the trade talks and we was willing to throw in Maxi in there. There's no way you could talk about trading Maxi now. There's just, I'm sorry. He established himself.
That was my next thing. I was just about to say in terms of like when he just came up with that.
Wait, how is that a foul?
From Joel. He's easily the best finishing guard that we've had since Iverson.
Well, when you go for like
Absolutely.
layups and when he goes for layups and like floaters, it's automatic.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the best finishing guard since Iverson.
He goes to the free throw line, he just throws it up and it goes in. Like you there's no doubt about it either.
Yep.
Like you don't have to be like, I'm like, oh, it's going in. It's going in. Automatic.
I mean, even like Ben's fucking 6'10", and you would have concern as far as him like putting up a layup, and you're like, dude, you're 6'10". Like all you gotta do is just put it up there. Like that's it. And we didn't have that confidence in him.
Yeah, no.
Well, since you brought it up, I know y'all talked about his little report earlier this week.
Yeah.
He went from just a straight up baby back bitch to softer than baby shit. The green
Softer
kind.
than Charmin. Softer than Charmin.
Like, yeah,
Like
Dan,
that
you know
Joel
about
tweet.
that baby green shit. Yeah, you know about that. Because when you gonna talk, like when you said that you wanted Doc to come and just show up, that's like truly like toxic female kind of thing, like that ex that's just like, well, you didn't chase me, you didn't.
Yes. Like I'm not going to answer your
about
phone calls, but you should have just found me and just came.
Oh my
should've
God!
just showed
Yeah.
up. Just showed up at
my
my doorstep with
Yeah.
flowers and chocolate and what? No,
That explains to you everything you need to know about the guy.
and that's why I'm like that whole mental. Now I'm glad that everybody knows that whole mental health crap that he tried to pull is horseshit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we knew that from the jump too, but people were like, "How do you know?
Yep.
How do you know?"
But the defenders. I'm not going to name no names, Pete. But
it was either you were going to do it or I was going to do it. So I'm happy you did it.
But
that's one of the reasons though. I'm looking at this entire situation, and like I said earlier, and Pete brought it up, like the Sixers they've got the leverage right now. So like this is only going to last for so long.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like, more bullshit and more drama and all this stupid shit
Seth
is going to come out with him saying something or his camp saying something, and it's just going to make things look worse and worse. So just try and get it done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to give up Maxi. Nobody wants to, but try and get it done without Maxi. I don't care about anybody else.
How is that?
Yeah, you get rid of, like, I could get rid of Thybulle, Tobias. Like, I mean, I would hate with departing with Steph. I mean, that I do like Curry.
I don't care about. He's not gonna start.
Yeah,
he's coming off the bench.
But that's the thing. I was like this. I will love him to come off the bench, but I mean, whatever to get the deal done. That's when you gotta look at it.
Yeah.
Trust me. That's just facts. I mean, sometimes
like off the bench, like he's gonna average 10 or 11 points off the bench.
Oh,
good job. You can get that from somebody else, buyout market. Like I said, like, and I fully believe this. If you bring in James Harden on this roster with Joel Embiid, you're automatically bringing veterans in the buyout market, because they're coming here to be like, oh shit, I get to play with Joel and James Harden. Like, oh my god,
it's going to become a destination.
But I mean, trust me, I think Beal will still want to come, especially if we get Harden. That's why I'm looking at it. I really think it don't, like, between either Harden or Beal, whoever we get, I think the other one still wants to come here.
They play the same position now.
Yeah, that's the only issue.
Who do you think is more willing to switch positions? Because I think Beal would.
Well, no, he can't switch positions. The only guy that could potentially switch positions, Todd, would be Harden. To play the point, which then you'd be asking Maxi to just
take a step back, which I don't want to happen. I don't want to.
So, like, at the end of the day, like, would I love it?
You got a point.
Like, oh my god, like, if we can get rid of Tobias and bring in Beal. But here's my thing, like, then you're getting into, like, you're asking for, like, the same thing that we're literally watching with the Nets.
Yeah.
Like, 3 guys that, like, dominate the ball and want the ball all the time. I don't want that shit.
No.
Give me James Harden, and give me guys that, like, can be put around him and Embiid, and let's go. Let's do this.
Works with me.
True. Oh, well, I mean, I guess because that's like the standard now in the NBA is like that big 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
third. He can be that. Like, if you bring in James Harden or Bradley Beal, I don't care which one it is. I'd rather it be James Harden at this point. He could be that third. Like, it's gonna take a lot of stress off him. And here's my thing: if you bring in James Harden, a lot of the decline this year in Tobias Harris is 1,000% Ben Simmons not being there to distribute the ball to him, whether it's wide open looks, whether it's transition buckets. I can 1,000% tell you that, watching every game from last year and watching the games this year, he's missing Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that James Harden is as good of a distributor as Ben Simmons, but he's right there. Like, he's right there.
You brought up a good point on that one. I do forget that's the one thing that Tobias do need for his game. He's got to have a distributor for him.
Yeah. Quick number update real quick. Joel Embiid has 9 rebounds in this quarter.
Damn.
He has 9 rebounds. And we're only in the first quarter.
He's going to have 30 boards in this.
Damn, man.
He has 9 rebounds in the first quarter.
And he's out with.
That's like that's pretty much like he's putting his hand on everybody on the Mavericks' head and like this. Don't jump. Just don't jump. Let me just.
Well, when the game started back up, I did say to myself, I'm like, wow, he's getting a lot of rebounds. But 9 in the first quarter. That's insane.
That's what you want.
Nice play, Tobias. There was a comment here that I wanted to pull up out. Here we go. Seth Rowe says, "What's up, guys? New fan of your show. Would you be worried that we're in a win now mode if we were to get Harden over younger players with high upside. No, I mean, I get your concern, but when we're in the position that we're in right now, to where you don't know how much longer your generational talent in Joel Embiid really has, per se. Like he could be an injury away from his career being over. And I don't want to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, but that's just the reality of it, right? So
especially with big men.
You have to move, and that's the thing. And Seth, I get where you're coming from. I completely get where you're coming from. Just talking about like a future perspective, but right now you're in the position to where you have to win a title. You have to. In the next 3 years, when Embiid's still in his prime and is still playing at a high level, he's not going to fall off a cliff. But you have a very tight window right now to where you can win a championship. So as much as I don't want to get rid of young, talented players, Seth, you almost have to. You almost have to.
Like at the same token, like I don't think. So Seth, I'd be interested to like, are you concerned about us getting rid of I'm assuming Thybulle is the one that you're worried about getting rid of, because obviously, yeah, Ben's young, but there's no potential for him to ever suit up for us again, and nobody's going to give away Maxi. Like I'm pretty sure that's 1,000% confirmed that he's off the table.
Yeah,
you've got a 3 or 4 year window here,
right?
With what Jake just said, that you got your big guy and potentially your second guy in charge, or your 1A and 1B.
Oh my God, he rebounded that. Oh my God, Andre, let's go. Let's go, Andre.
That was yeah. I mean, there's no reason to be concerned as far as like a long term and a short term. Like it should just be like, you've got the pieces there now to potentially win. Let's put it around them.
I mean, that's where that was the dilemma when we had Butler on the team, and we chose to go younger with Simmons, but where we really should have went with Butler, because we should have stayed in the win now mode, because as much as we was always looking at as far as Embiid, because his age being young, and we thinking like he can try. We hope that he has like a longevity career like Shaq, but that those injuries, how his body can break down, lingers in the back of the head. So we should have kept Butler, because it just Embiid wants that grinder with him. He wants somebody that's truly serious. I think Bill or Harden gives you that. So
so go ahead, Tom. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, you're good. I was just going to finish up. I was just knowing that the trade deadline is next week. We got to do something. I mean, that's just,
you have to.
Like
that, or you wait till the off season. But
no, if we wait till the off season and doing this, I mean, right now we're doing great. But Lord forbid if we have that injury, because we know you're always going to have another injury before the playoffs. It's just always
you're gonna have
something.
Yep.
Something where somebody is going to get hurt right at like close to the playoffs, and we're fingers crossed that they make it back in time.
All right,
but
so
capitalizing on something right now. Yeah.
So to your point, we had a poll question earlier. Joel Embiid's back-to-back Player of the Month awards will force Daryl Morey to make a splash at the NBA trade deadline. Do you agree or disagree? Well,
I agree, but Daryl Morey is playing Kenny Rogers right now, so it's like it's just so hard to. Yeah, it's now that knowing that is the trade deadline is coming up, and across the league, everybody is like feeling the heat, and is trying to make that like quick that one move that is necessary right now.
Yeah,
and so I want to agree, because Embiid is just playing at just such an MVP level. I mean, it is. I mean, Shaq couldn't said it any better, where he looked back on it. He was like, I really wish I wouldn't have had, argue about who's the man, whatever. It was me and Kobe. I could have had about 9 rings.
Oh my God.
So hearing that, he knows that
knew
Embiid
he
needs
messed up.
that other guy right now.
Yeah. And Shaq admitted he messed up, which is big from Shaq, because if you remember that whole Kobe and Shaq beef back then, it was a big deal. It was a real big deal.
Hell yeah, it was. That was so huge. God almighty.
Yeah.
But and then the messed up part is they were still winning.
Right. Yeah. In spite of each other. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And to make it worse, I was rooting for the Kings during that time.
Yeah. Don, we're only going to be on just to the rest of the first half. We're about to get into the second quarter right now.
So
but hold on, Dan, 1 second. Mike says, "What's your Cash App? I want to show some love. You guys are awesome." So what you can do, you can either donate, like in your comment, it'll give you an option to donate, or what you can do, you can become an A2D member for $9.99 a month. Perks include appearances on shows, members only live stream shout outs, weekly sports picks for Money Pod Podcast, and Willie Vegas with your daily fantasy advice and fantasy picks. So again, spend a little money to make a pretty good amount of money. And for our members and a lot of us in our fam, that we've made a lot of money off of Nate's
Nate,
pick. A lot of
Nate. Now this is I always say this is Nate's bread and butter when it started to get into the heat of basketball. This is his bread and butter, man. God mighty.
He's a football guy too, but he's been hot. And we have March Madness coming around the corner, so I'm just saying right now. Right now is the perfect time. Right now is the perfect time.
Yeah, if anybody that just like for me, I always said I just couldn't bet when it comes to college because it's just so unpredictable, especially during March Madness. And I would definitely just full on just trust Nate and just ride with him all through March Madness.
Yeah. Yep.
So I want to talk a little bit about Joel Embiid's growth, not only as a all-star player and league MVP and like what he's done the last 2 years. You watch this guy every night and you follow what he's doing, not just with the ball in his hand, but without the ball in his hand. He's a floor general.
Yep.
Watch him during a game when he doesn't have the ball, when Maxi has the ball, when Tobias is walking up with the ball. He's pointing. He's directing guys left and right. This is like stuff you see in like all-time guys. So like I don't think enough's being made about this. On here about like just what he's actually doing, not just for himself, but what he's actually doing for his teammates.
Right.
I know me and Jake have brought it up, like in terms of like how he's progressed as a distributor, which has just been like on another level this year, even compared to last year when he had arguably, like, if he didn't get injured, an MVP season. He's been just on another level. Like he's taking it every year. He's just taking it up.
Yep.
And we just need to appreciate him more because
absolutely.
We don't know when this is going to just kind of fold.
It could, at any point. It really could. Any night could be.
And that's where I'm like, I'm glad that as of all Sixer fans that we just know that we cannot waste his talent right now. Like he's playing on an unreal level. I'm watching him bring up the ball. He just looks so fresh that I'm like, okay, you want to treat him like truly like a brand new car. Like, all right, I got up, I tested your engine, but I don't want to push it to you. I don't want to break you. Until I make sure I got some, some insurance. So you don't break down because I don't want to waste another or see him come up short again because he's just giving his all, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because I think me and Dan have mentioned this at least on every show for like the last month and a half. It feels like we thought last year that was Embiid's peak, and he somehow got better, and he's getting better as the season's gone on. So it's
1,000%.
It's absolutely insane. We all knew how good Embiid was. We loved how great he was last year. And at least for me, I thought that was his peak. But right now, it's crazy how he's transformed his game and over an off season. And I think this is the healthiest, knock on wood, that he's been in quite a while.
Well, that's my thing. Ever since where Barkley, even Shaq called him out on need to change up his diet, need to, really, work on his game. And it just seemed like he took that and went 1,000 miles. Like he just ran with it. He was like, okay,
you know what it was?
Thank you. What was it?
I'll disagree with you. You know what it was? It's him finding his woman and having a kid. 1,000%. Not only did it change him in terms of like what you're saying as far as like diets and stuff like that, it changed him. Like I know we saw a tweet last night about a Charmin thing.
About Charmin, and you know who that was directed towards.
Yeah.
You know who that was directed towards.
But we don't nearly see the trolling tweets that we used to from Joe.
When he first came into the league.
That too. Yeah. Like, okay, I know what you're saying, Dan. Like he just,
he's mature.
Like
a man.
He definitely grew the fuck up.
Yeah,
like 1,000.
He's got a kid. He's got a wife or whatever.
Fiance.
Well, I mean, he ain't trying to live that that single bachelor life. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember he was trying to hit up Rihanna all the damn time, and just
that was the best. Best.
I mean, granted, we enjoyed it. I mean, what is a single man supposed to do? But hey, shoot. You just shoot, man. But you're right. I forgot all about him having a kid and everything. But
no, I mean, you gotta I definitely think. I think the Charles and Shaq thing has ears to him because I know as far as a player, I know he respects both those guys, especially Shaq.
Well, him and Shaq apparently they talk all the time. That's apparently like a big thing. Him and Shaq are close.
Well, I thought it was funny too, Jake. That
wow, Andre, holy shit!
They asked.
Oh, they called a foul on that. Oh my god!
I thought it was funny that they asked. I don't know if you listened to that full interview. They asked him at the end if Ben has. Does Ben have your number?
He's like, yeah, we got nothing to talk about.
No, he said, yeah. He's like, no, we don't. No,
nothing to talk about.
We have nothing to talk about.
Well, they like, hey, he. I mean, Shaq was brutally honest, and he was like, because he knows like that's that alma mater from LSU. Hey, Jake.
Well, that that was what do you call it? That was just like dressing by Shaq. That
I know, but
when Ben was at LSU, he doesn't care about LSU. He doesn't care. He didn't want to go to college. There was a whole documentary about him like dissing the NCAA. He never went to class. He only played games.
There's no reason that team shouldn't have been in the tournament
with Ben.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm saying.
But no, I just remember when Shaq went to LSU and met him, and he even said it from there. He was like, I don't really know about this kid. It just seemed like he's like lackadaisical. Like he's here, but he's just not here. And that's what worried me because I'm like, okay. Don't use that excuse about being like coming from a different country and overseas because I'm like, you look at, Arakpo, he's not taking anything for granted.
That's not even really the case though. I
know, but
he's from Australia, but like he played high school ball in the States.
Yeah.
And
but that's what they was trying to use, like, by him coming from a different country and stuff. I was like, no,
they don't know what they're talking about. Like,
no.
So a good example of like literally like so simple of just being able to understand the guy, the reason the way Simmons is the way he is. Did you guys get the chance to watch before he was drafted that documentary that came out on Showtime?
Yeah, I remember that, like him in his fucking room being all dark and shit. I remember that part.
Yeah.
If you watch the way his family, what's wrong with this guy?
If you watch the way his family just kind of coddles him, that's explains everything you need to fucking know about the way this guy's mentality is in terms of nothing's my problem. It's everybody else, just pointing the fingers left and right. Like,
right.
Oh yeah, that's why I said he needs to put on some Michael Jackson Man in the Mirror and really really fucking take accountability for himself. I'm like that's what I'm saying. That it was one thing where your agent's trying to defend you. Okay, the agent's doing his job, trying to do what it takes to hurry up and get his client the best deal, get him out of there, whatever. But just to sit there and bring up about the comments again, and here it is, you know, Doc Rivers, Embiid, everybody's trying to reach out to you, but the fact remains you're getting a max money, man.
Yeah,
you're getting max money. I'm not supposed to cry for a millionaire.
Right.
That's stupid.
Right.
Well, you never cry for a fucking millionaire.
And I've said it for years, Todd. It's like he grew up privileged, coddled, however you want to put it.
Yep.
He's been told since basically birth that he's the next one. He's great. He's this, he's that. And having LeBron basically wrapped around him doesn't help either. Having LeBron tell him that he's great and everyone tell him that he's great until he got to the NBA. And he was even great then. But it's just these past couple of years, he's just like, nah.
Well, that just showed you it's easy because when it came up for his money, and that's why everybody was 50-50. It was like, okay, who did you want to pay? Would you rather pay Butler or Simmons? And we all leaned to Simmons because he was the younger guy.
Yep.
We banked on his potential. But seeing we all knew if this was going to happen, we would all just like ship his ass out right now.
Yeah, and again, I go back to the NBA draft that year. I remember I said, if we don't get Ben Simmons, I wanted Brandon Ingram. And
yeah, I did. I leaned more towards Ingram because it was just.
That's him. Chilling. That's Joe just laying down as they're fixing the rims. Apparently,
that's funny. That's funny.
Oh man, you gotta love Joe, man. He just somehow, some way, he can make light of a situation.
Well, the thing is too, he has such a personality too. That's the other thing. He has such a personality.
Yep.
Sixers are up 47-32 with 6:47 left in the second quarter. Yeah, the Sixers are looking good right now. Sixers are looking very good right now.
Can we I know this probably wasn't in the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going?
I know Jake, you're up for it. What's going on with Major League Baseball? I thought the deal was
I don't know. They were supposed to get
the lockout still going on.
They were supposed to get like a federal mediator, and now the MLBPA, they're like, nah, we don't want a mediator. Now players are getting involved. Max Scherzer said something earlier today. He's not happy. They all want to get back, but the way things are trending.
My only thought with that is I kind of thought that was bad because the league wanted the mediators and then the Players Association didn't.
No.
My only thing with that was well, maybe they just want to hash it out together. They'd rather just themselves do it than have because I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's kind of hard to play out, but I mean, they got to get it done soon here.
They have to. They have to. I mean, we to be honest, there's a realistic chance, and I told Tom a couple months ago when the lockout started, I'm like, don't be surprised if we don't have spring training this year. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean that's happened before though. So
oh yeah, no, absolutely.
My thing is as long as they don't cut into regular season games, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine because again, when your team's not good, me and my buddy did this forever to where when the Phillies, even before they got Bryce, we would just go to games to go to games.
Yeah.
And they're just
get some beers and just
chill, hang out. Me and my buddy would get cheap tickets, go in the nosebleeds and just chill. No one was there. We just had the whole section to ourselves. It's great. It's great.
Oh, I don't experience that. I was always trying to find the fascination of those midday games when you don't have nothing to do, especially during the summer. Those games are awesome.
They're the best.
Well, I don't know if you've been following rumors, Jake, but I don't want to get anybody excited, but I think Chris Bryant's going to happen. I think it's kind of a foregone.
I hope so.
Conclusion.
I love I love Chris Bryant, and him and Bryce are like this.
Well, not only Bryce and Stott. So
yeah.
What they're trying to sell on is like a Las Vegas, because I don't know did you see the rankings as far as rookie of the year?
I did not.
They have Bryce and Stott ranked, I think, 3rd or 4th in terms of NL rookie of the year.
Huh.
So they're assuming that this kid's going to play.
That he's
a lot
and apparently he's been doing really well. So we'll see. I mean, it depends on if they call him up or not. I'd love to see him this year, but we'll see.
Well, man, I really hope so. I mean, because what Bryce Harper did last year, I'm like, if you gotta capitalize on building it right now. I mean, I feel as give Bryce Harper just a couple more pieces. I think we right there, guys. Like it's
why do you put your leg out?
Fighting the way we fought to get into the playoffs, like right there. Gotta build.
We'll see. When you have an owner that doesn't want to go over the luxury tax, that's also an issue. But
yeah. I mean, that's why But just like in Embiid's situation, you don't want to race Harper. I mean, God Almighty.
No. Well,
I don't think he minds it though, Jake. I know you're saying that, but I don't think he minds it.
The thing is with Harper too, though. You have a lot more time with Harper. You have a lot more time. You have basically 10 years, and he's just coming off his second MVP. So that I'm not worried about. I mean, we have plenty of time, but
that's the part that I hate about baseball when you always say you got plenty of time. Time moves is moving fast, guys. So it's before you know, it's like before you know, you're gonna be like
10 years will be up.
Yeah, I don't want to. It's like you got to capitalize with it. He's like still healthy, not dealing with injuries, not really dealing with like that decline of his play. Where are you worried that he's gonna bounce back? I don't want to wait till like those years.
No, I hear you. Yeah,
because I seen the same thing with Albert Pujols. I remember that shit.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, as far as baseball goes right now, the league doesn't even exist right now. Until they agree to a new CBA. So
Jake's like, fuck baseball.
No, it's just like that. That's how they're looking at it. They're like, Phillies don't really exist because the CBA isn't agreed upon yet. So that's what everyone's saying. They're like, oh, the teams don't exist. They don't exist yet. I like these green and white Maverick jerseys though. I do retro.
Oh man, I like these the classics, man. I always did like those, man.
Yeah, I really like those.
Yeah.
I like I like our Wachovia jerseys though, like a tribute to the Wachovia Center. I like those ones.
The Spectrum.
Nice.
Yeah, Spectrum. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I was like, what? I knew what you meant though.
Yeah, that's just what I always called it growing up, the Wachovia Center. Spectrum.
Oh, just real quick, who you got? Are y'all going to watch the Senior Bowl, and who you got your eyes on?
I mean, I might watch like bits and pieces. I mean, apparently Malik Willis seems to be the only one that's impressing. So we'll see.
I mean, I knew that the quarterback talk was. I knew one of those quarterbacks was going to spark up and start moving up there and everything. I mean,
but again, you're going to have. We're in that, and Rich Eisen said it perfectly today. Is that we're at that point now in the NFL season, or I guess technically off season, to where you can't really believe anything that's being put out there, whether it be rumors, quote unquote reports, teams.
Oh, absolutely. Everything is clickbait now. It's 1,000 clickbait.
Damn, Joe.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm honestly, I'm so disinterested in the NFL.
Wow.
Right now, other than like the Super Bowl next week.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh.
No, I just know the Senior Bowl was this week. That's why.
Good response by the Mavs. Sixers up 51-44 with 4:06 left in the first half.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean, and again, Joel's looking good. I mean, he sat for most of the second quarter, but he's looking really good. looking really, really good. But yeah, like I said, as far as like all these rumors and teams meeting with players in the NFL, like during the Senior Bowl and all that, you can't really put any stock into anything.
I was just saying if y'all had any particular player about that y'all was gonna look out for.
I haven't even really I've started looking at some players. I haven't done like my deep dive yet. I know Chuck's is looking into his running backs, and
I won't do that until like the middle of March, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that till I'm not going to.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do my deep dive till
because the combine's going to come and everybody like that shit's. Guys are gonna jump up on the fucking list, and you're gonna see this.
Well,
and that.
Like that. I'll tell you the truth, guys. I only take like the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Game very serious because at least you get to see these guys do like a quick crash course,
trying to
learn whoever's coaching that game, coach them up right there, and then you're going against somewhat like the NFL is all the best of your peers.
Yep.
So at least you get an idea of what your skill set is. The t-shirt, sweater, triathlon, and the combine, I could care less.
I love
because you always have
most of them you already know. Like at the end of the day, like these high draft picks for the most part, like you already fucking know. Like you know
exactly.
Everybody.
That's why I'm like, what as if you already been talked about as a first rounder, unless you done had like an injury or your game completely fell off towards like the end of the season, there's no really reason. Like the combine helps boost up your stock, but I never treated like it was something serious, to tell you the truth. It was I'm like, you're in your t-shirt, even when the quarterbacks are throwing, I'm like, these are all wide receivers. They don't know. It's just showing like, okay, can they get the ball to a position to where the wide receiver can make a play on the ball. That's only you're really judging off of. And then just as the drills, I mean, it's drills. These guys are literally not even playing in the bowl games just so they can get ready for the combine. I mean, that's just lets you know how it is. I mean, oh Jesus.
Number update.
What'd you say?
Wow, they actually showing. Oh dear God!
You want a Joel
Zion looks so fat.
Stats update?
Yeah, go for it.
He's got 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists.
He already has a double-double
and a steal and a block.
Oh my God! If he doesn't get a triple-double tonight, I'll be disappointed.
Okay, I just watched that NBA 2K commercial where Zion's sitting on the fucking couch.
Dude, he got fat. He
was sitting with Zach LaVine.
Yeah, he got fat.
Yeah, they really did some.
That's
like,
a Mountain Dew
on
commercial. That's why. Is
yeah,
that
I'm like,
NBA 2K, they drink a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, the last thing you need is a fucking Mountain Dew. You need to be drinking water, bitch.
Like you couldn't be drinking a diet Mountain Dew. Like, come on.
Yes.
0 calorie.
That's what do you call that's Skip Bayless on the diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Hey, but apparently it works because Skip is shredded, God.
Yeah, right.
No calories, man. Of course that's just gonna work.
No calories. Really makes you wonder what's in there.
Yeah.
Really makes you wonder what.
I mean, it's not gonna make you fat. I mean, it might make you die in like 10 years, but.
That's my thing. I'm like this. I completely cut out sodas. I mean, I added like a little bit of sugar in my coffee, but it's like just
I
what Skip does.
I just do creamer. That's all I do. I don't even do sugar. I just do creamer.
Oh, well, shoot, they don't have the liquid creamer like out in
Oh, what do you have like that powder creamer or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, my God, no.
No,
so I
can't do no
doing.
powder. I like the liquid.
I started counting calories, and creamer was like one of the things that was like killing me because like
really,
like you put creamer and it says like 2 tablespoons or whatever. You can't put 2 tablespoons.
No, you're just pouring it in there.
So I started buying. So I started buying. What is it? Almond milk.
Almond milk's not bad.
And you buy almond milk, and then you just buy if you want like sweet, like you want it like to taste like something. I'll buy like sugar-free like syrup that tastes like mint or tastes like French vanilla, and it's the same fucking thing. It literally tastes no different. Yeah, it's like 0 calories. So I'm like, all right.
Like, it works for me.
Get your diet on. A2D radio.
Hell yeah. And that's a good and Dan, I'll tell anybody that is the best way to truly lose weight is to just count calories.
Yeah.
Once
That's
you
what
know
I'm doing
you're
right now, man. Seriously.
like for me, at first I started off with like 4,000 calories just to keep it like an even balance. So because everybody you don't just do a crash diet. Do that for at least 2 weeks and then drop it down to 3,000. And once you drop it down to 3,000, I'm telling you, that's when you start seeing the results.
You know what I'm at right now?
Where you at?
1,500 calories.
Okay.
Woo! Look at my boy. That's what I'm talking about. He said, "I'm gonna melt I'm gonna be by when it's summertime." Dad bod. What?
This is the only thing I do. So I'll drink beer and stuff like that, but I'll count that in. And I normally I'll skip a meal. I won't eat like lunch or breakfast.
I can't eat breakfast. I can't.
I'll do it every now and then.
Yeah, like on occasion, but like my stomach in the morning, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I can't do it.
I'm with you.
Cannot do it. Like I can drink coffee and I'm fine, but I can't like actually eat something first thing. I can't.
See, I'm more.
Bobon's in. Look how crazy the place got when Bobon came in.
Bobby!
Dude, Bobby's the best.
Come on, man.
Dropping threes on him.
Bobon. I love it,
man.
You cannot hate Bobon, man. That's the most lovable big man right now. It's like between him and Embiid, I don't know who to love more.
Joel's like, Bobon is just hilarious. Okay, watch this. Hold on, watch this. Bang.
Fucking step back threes. He's ridiculous. Man.
Sean says, Joel, are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Dude, it's insane.
God.
There was the thing I sent in our group chat earlier. I think it was Joel, and it was like a side-by-side of him and
Kobe.
Him and Kobe on the turnaround. It's insane how similar it is. It's insane.
That's how you know he's becoming a great player, because he's replicating what these guys do.
Well, if you remember when he first came in, he said he would pay attention to like Kobe, Kareem, all these great NBA players, because he wanted to mimic their movements, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane for a guy this size to move as well as he does. It's insane.
He wanted him that time. You see that? He wanted him.
He charged him.
He's wanted him. He's like, all right. He's like, you're either gonna found me.
Look at Bobon. He's like, shit.
What? Hey, dude, don't tease Embiid now. That's why you gotta love Embiid. He does not shy away from competition.
Everything. He put
Kobe got him good though. Kobe got him right in the fucking face.
Dude, for as big as Bobon is, he's insanely athletic. He's insanely athletic.
Yeah. Oh. You remember when he was here too? He would hit a couple threes every now and then.
He hit his first three of his career when he was here. It was the best.
Center would go fucking
and he kept shooting threes, and it was great. It was great. I love Bobon. I mean, I was a little upset when John Wick killed him in John Wick 3. But...
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was a little upset too. Hey, nobody would know the difference.
Wait, why does it say he has 9 rebounds? NBA.com says he has 10.
Somebody's lying.
Oh, they changed it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got killed with a book. That's all I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, broke his jaw with a book.
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy.
Fucking book's not gonna kill Bobby. Oh,
Go, Joe.
That off his knee. Oh, don't do that shit, man.
Joe.
God, he's so crazy.
Shoot it. Oh, fucking Danny.
See, that's the kind of stuff we don't need him doing, though.
Yeah, no, you don't need. You don't. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
You just can't.
I mean, and that's the problem. He can't.
Luka, what was that?
You applaud the athletic plays, but you also cringe too, because you're like, ugh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because you never know. You never know.
It's like, please.
So you notice you guys notice he's been doing he's been doing less of that. Like, remember in the postseason and even in the past, he's been like doing these driving dunks on guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and like landing awkwardly.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he's picking and choosing his time to do these crazy dunks.
Yeah,
and making sure he doesn't land like crazy. So,
well, that goes back to him maturing too.
Yes,
our conversation about him maturing. But I can guarantee you, his agent and his coach has got in his ear. I can guarantee you. They're like, you want to get fucking paid? You better fucking stop.
Yeah.
That's why now he has a super max and no one's complaining. Dude, what the fuck
Well, he
just
does.
happened?
Joe?
What the hell just happened? I think Joel just assumed the
They
ball
just
went
saw
in.
Luka hit the ball and they're like, "Ooh."
Yeah, they had no clue. All right, so
It's-
Sixers up 60-51 with 22 seconds left in the first half. We'll wrap the show up once we hit halftime. Seth for 3.
shot.
Woo!
There you go.
Seth, I love it.
I'm up 12.
I love it.
Uh,
12.
There you go. Oh,
Damn it. Would have liked a couple extra points
Uh-oh.
before.
come
a couple
on.
extra points before half.
Get the roll. Oh yeah.
so you guys think
so-
of it, if a Harden trade comes down, you think it goes to the deadline, or you think it happens before the deadline if it goes down?
I'll give it like a day before the deadline.
Just because we already had a quote unquote big trade happen today, I think this weekend's going to be very busy, and getting into the what's it called?
The trade deadline.
Yeah, getting into the trade deadline. The closer we get, I think it's just going to be constant movement. Shoot it, Tobias. Nah, never mind. Still in his hand.
So I
Still in
feel
his
like if that deal happens, it's going to be completed this weekend at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
Godfather.
What's up, Tommy?
What's happening?
And of course,
No,
we're about
like,
to wrap up as soon as he comes in. Oh Lord! All right, so
the Godfather picking it. Hey.
yeah, right. Be like, what's up? All right, so first half, 76ers 63, Dallas Mavericks 53. Seth Curry 19 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 3 out of 4 from the 3. Matisse Thybulle 3 points. Just 3 points. Tobias Harris 11 points, 5 for 6. Oh my God, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, Tobias Harris 11 points, 5 for 6, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block. Joel Embiid 18 points, 4 for 9, 50% from 3, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block. And Tyrese Maxey 8 points, 3 for 5, and 3 assists. So
2 steals for Joe too.
2 steals. Okay. Yeah, it didn't pop up on my
I like that stat. Sorry.
my bleacher report thing.
You good?
I like this. Yeah,
I like steals for a big man. Everybody wants to like talk about Joker and how many steals he gets per game, and it's like,
fuck Joker.
Like you better, he's like put some acknowledgement on that.
Listen, if you have the NBA ticket or the NBA pass, whatever you want to call it, and you're able to watch Jokic and Embiid, and you still think Jokic is better, you're insane. You're absolutely insane. I mean, Jokic is really good. Don't get me wrong, but the level that Embiid's playing right now is it's ridiculous. It's absolutely.
He does it
ridiculous.
at both ends of the floor too.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
You're spot on.
Oh, but Jokic is an elite passer. Okay.
Look what Joe's like we've been saying, Jake. Look what Joe's been doing this year.
Yeah,
it's literally a matter of time before Joe's right there. I mean,
yeah, no,
everybody needs to relax. Like,
yeah,
I mean, that's what I'm saying is if Morey gives Embiid either Beal or Harden, I mean, of course, it seems like we're leaning more towards Harden. I mean, that's just going to take his game to a different level now.
Yeah,
because they can't double him as much. You're spot
exactly.
That's the other
thing
too.
That's the scary part about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we all want because we know, okay, that's going to take the pressure off Embiid, and then he doesn't really have to run the floor that hard.
Well,
I mean, he could just allow, like, if you give Harden, I mean, Harden is going to be like, I got this. Go take a breather quick, big man.
Mm-hmm.
Just chill back here. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to have to worry about those bench lineups with with Joe not on the floor because more. I mean, let's be real. If this does come to fruition, you're going to hope Doc's smart enough to space these guys out where it's like, all right, Joe's out for 3 to 4 minutes. Let's put James in. Harden can do his thing and, ISO and, get his.
Yeah.
That would be scary. It really would be. So,
well, if you think about it too, you have Embiid, Harden. Theoretically, you keep Maxey, and you stick with Tobias. Good luck. Good luck.
I mean, this
for
me.
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely gonna put pressure on Doc because if it shows again about his coaching, and you got James Harden and Embiid, and
you got another loaded team, and you somehow
and you don't do nothing with that.
Nope.
No, you got to go. I'm sorry, you got to go. I can't. There's no excuse.
He probably would too.
Oh, like, if he doesn't
add to that, he like it. I feel like if Daryl's still, well, I mean,
Daryl will still be here.
Daryl would still be here, yeah. So like, if he did complete that trade this year, and let's say it like blew up and it didn't like materialize like everybody thought it should have, then he would go.
Yeah.
So,
but no, I mean, I'm sorry that Greg Popovich comment did kind of piss me off. Because I'm like, dude, you are nowhere near that level. How many chips you got? No, and you done had it.
One. He would get the scrutiny. No, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like real quick, he would get the scrutiny too. Like let's not like if he fucked up and he made poor decisions in game, he would get scrutiny too. Like it's no coach is above that shit.
No, not at all.
Like, no,
not at all.
But it was just like it was a little bit arrogant. That's what it was. It's just like you're really trying to be in that position. And I'm like, dude, everybody knows what Pop does, and even right now, you don't hear about how many big names he's got down in San Antonio, but he's still able to get them up to a level of competition to where you still like this, you still respect them.
Exactly.
And I'm looking at Doc. I'm like, dude, you done had countless loaded rosters.
Yep.
Loaded.
And
I've never seen. I was like, how does a coach go from one loaded team to another loaded team? Like,
and you can honestly say, real quick, Jake. You can honestly say he developed one guy, and he was a part of his championship team. He developed Rondo into the guy that he was, but he was also surrounded by 3 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And very, very strong complementary players. I mean, like look at what was it, Big Baby Davis. What's my mother? Was it Marcus Smart? Who was number 0 again? I forgot.
No.
He was
I mean, regardless, you had Kevin Garnett, you had Ray Allen, and you had fucking
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He still like
those guys
he
alone.
Still had that squad.
All 3 of us could have coached that team, and we would have won a chip.
Yeah,
like it's not even. Not even a question. All 3 of us could have coached that team, and we would have won a chip.
I mean, the basketball knowledge between Garnett, Pierce, and Allen was. I mean, come on.
Garnett's an issue. I love Garnett. I love Kevin Garnett.
He loves Joe too. You hear him talking about how he would take him and Jamal Crawford, who, if you don't follow him on Twitter and listen to his NBA takes, he is
Jamal Crawford. Yeah,
he is a guy you want to follow in terms of just NBA knowledge. He's just, has it going all over the place. But both those guys said they would take Joel Embiid to start a roster.
Oh, you have to. You have to. Yeah. But we got anything else before we wrap up?
Nope.
Real quick, what y'all think about the whole Brian Flores, that little lawsuit?
I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
Just with how the league is, and I support Brian Flores 100%. But with how this organization is and how it's just, again, it's a mess. Plain and simple, it's a mess. Because you have a highly, 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 highly qualified coach available in Brian Flores. And the fact that the Dolphins, allegedly, the owner was willing to pay him $100,000 per loss just to lose is ridiculous. But it's just, I don't know. But to be fair, when you're talking about, and I'm not going to get too in depth with it, but when you're when you have a guy in Brian Flores that's fighting for what he's fighting for, I wouldn't have anyone else. I would not have anyone else. He's the perfect guy.
Absolutely.
To go out in front of these owners, go out in front of the league, and say, you know what? No, this is ridiculous, because he's a no bullshit guy, and that's what you need.
Well,
so,
but that's the thing. That's the thing, Jake. Is how is it that you can praise Bill Belichick for his non-bullshit, attitude, and a guy that came from under his tree? What do you think he's going to do? Like, all Bill Belichick guys are going to have that mantra because that's what they know that was successful. Right. So I'm like, if y'all going to take a guy from Bill Belichick's tree, I don't care if it's Josh McDaniels or the dude with the pencil and the backwards cap, they all going to have.
Matt
Patricia, thank you.
Yeah, they all going to still carry that moniker of I'm not that, I don't have time to be bullshitting with you right now.
Right, exactly.
So, but here's the thing, Todd, and we kind of talked about this. I think we talked about it pre-show. I think like it's far gone from like a lead wide issue and then just being like out of touch with everything and like not understanding like the entire aspect of it. Because you can look at, and Jake's already heard this, but you can look at like the Rooney Rule and it's not accomplished a goddamn thing.
No.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke. And that's what the text message, like, that was the key thing as far as showing how bullshit the league is. When you seen Bill Belichick, of all people, talking with the damn Giants owner, and then he already knows who they're going to hire, and here he is. He ain't even taken an interview.
Yep.
I mean, Bill, like, it happens. You can send the wrong text, or you texting the wrong person, especially if you got the same name, whatever. I mean, that's understandable. It happens all the
time. Well, that's why I don't. What do you call it? That's why I don't do the first and last name thing. Everything goes in the first name for me. That's how I do it in my phone.
For your contacts, I'm right with you.
So I don't do that. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Unless I have multiple contacts.
The whole name on one thing.
Right.
Yeah, I put the whole name on one thing because that's exactly what happened.
Just to avoid that altogether. But I hear you. But to be fair, but Bill has those connections because he was there forever. Yeah. So,
but but that just shows like the inner workings of how these owners talk, how they think, how like pretty much how they conduct business a little bit behind the scenes. I mean, it's not the full spectrum of everything because we know it goes deeper than that. I mean, you're talking about billionaire talk, billionaire. So, but do I hope it makes a dent? I really do. And I really do hope that it doesn't ruin Brian Flores' chances of ever coaching again.
Well, and he said that in his statement too. He's like, he knows what this could entail.
It probably will too,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes you got to take those kind of risks because it is true. I mean, it's not like you can't put a gun to these owners' heads and say like you need to hire a minority of coaches. You can't do that. But it's still at the same time where you're talking about as the Rooney Rule, as the Giants are doing just the bare minimum. It's like this. Okay, it's like almost them saying like, hey, did we interview our black guy yet?
So they made a good point. I forget where I heard it, but I'll bounce it off of you guys real quick without dragging this out too much longer. Kind of adding it as like if you do hire, which I don't know how I feel about either, because it's like, okay, well, you're going to hire somebody just because you're getting this draft compensation. So you would get draft. So I would like personally, like not as a person of color, but like looking at it like as like a person of color, like you're going to give my team an additional pick just because a team hired me because I'm a person of color.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's kind of disrespectful.
I feel the same way.
Am I like out of line for saying that, Todd?
No, you're not, because
you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like pretty much it's almost like, okay, by you hiring this black guy, I'm going to give you a little reward.
Right.
That's what it like. I mean, as far as it's disrespectful for that minority coach.
Yes.
Because it's disrespectful for at that standpoint, because it's like pretty much like say for instance, I'll try to use an example like the Rams, like because I know they're sitting on low draft picks, and say for instance they was looking for a head coach, they would hire a minority because they knew they was going to get draft compensation.
Right.
They're like, well, we're trying to like a team that's trying to rebuild. You know, just got need a new head coach, but you need draft capital trying to rebuild. Yeah, you will hire that minority head coach. Like I think that's what the Cardinals did, to tell you the truth. That one year they had Wilkes from the Carolina Panthers, just that one year, and you gave them Rosen, and then all of a sudden, okay, we're going to go get Kyle Murray, but we're going to fire you because we got the draft pick and bring in some other guys. I mean.
And then
lucky enough, they won. That's the thing that covered it all up. That's why people didn't talk about it. They was winning. Well, if they didn't win, then I would have think it would have been more in question. Like so you fired this guy, and this guy didn't even do any better with a different quarterback.
Right.
I mean,
it's going to be interesting. But if anything, if it gets like major traction, I think it's going to open up a whole can of worms with these owners in the league. Not even like just talking about like a racial thing. I think it's just going to open the door for a lot more things that we did not even know about. And
I mean that's why like those emails, like all those in the Washington or Commandos, I'm gonna start calling them the condoms, the Washington condoms. That's what they're gonna be.
I've seen that. I've seen commies. I've seen like a bunch of. Just wait till they start losing. You're going to see it everywhere. You're going to see nicknames left and right. So,
but no, it's by them. It was like that's why because it was like all the emails was towards John Gruden, but I'm like, okay, where's the owner at? Because it's like y'all say it was like messages between the owner and nothing about the owners was coming out. Nothing about the league was coming out. So you definitely know. That power can cover up a lot of things, and they give you that guy that can be that scapegoat.
Yep. Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as like, do I see the NFL catching up to the NBA as far as their hirings and all that stuff? I hope, but I seriously doubt it.
As do I. Yeah, that's why I said no. I don't. I if they do good, then I'm fine with it, but yeah, no, I'm with you. But all the owners are connected, and the owners control.
1,000. I mean, they don't have owners meetings for nothing,
right? And the owners control Roger Goodell as much as people want to say Roger Goodell has power. He listens to the owners. That's why the owners love him.
I mean, yes, I mean,
yes, man to the.
Yeah, Roger Goodell knows who butter his bread. I mean, come on now, like ever since when he got hired and it made it seem like he was like their paper boy, and then the reason why we started feel like Roger Goodell has some nuts because he was able to kind of like what was it? He did it to Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones, like he kind of punished them. And they looked at him like, "What you doing, man? You supposed to be boys,
right?"
I did not expect this out of you. He's like, "Look, man, I can't look like y'all got me in my pocket, even though y'all do."
But fam, that's it for this week's edition of the Weekly Roundup. We appreciate you all for coming on, Todd, as always. Pete had to leave a little bit.
Definitely appreciate it.
Pete had to leave a little bit early, but we'll be back next week. Got a lot to talk about. We'll probably be doing another live reaction show, previewing the Super Bowl. We got a lot to talk about. NBA draft, NBA trade deadline winner and losers. We have a lot to talk about next week, but
yep.
Oh yeah.
Fan Friday is brought to you by, as always, Gleason's Bar. Gleason's Bar is located at 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or order online at gleasonsbarandsteaks.com. The promo code again is A2D for 10% off your order. We're also brought to you by FanUp. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports and daily NFL contests and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today using promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. A $50 value at fanup.app. Only available on the Apple App Store. While you guys are there, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Can't forget about that. Treat your lady. Make sure you're all nice and trim with Manscaped. Get 20% off and plus free shipping with your code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Guys, as always, Jake Friel, Dan Triok, Todd, we love you. Fam, we'll catch you back next week.